What's up, everybody? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Is the audio good? Welcome to the struggle stream. Let's see. Let's see who we got in there. Ja Works, what's up? 4-day split. How y'all doing? Y'all let me know if anything's off with the audio because right now I'm just winging it right now. So y'all let me know if y'all can't hear the mic. Mic's too loud, echoes, can't hear the other media. I hope everybody had a good Mother's Day. Drizzle, drizzle. Hope everybody had a good Mother's Day, man. Rihanna, hey, Nazir Shipman, what's up? What's up? Risato, Yagami, if I'm re-uploader guy, yo, man, I'm over here. I'm about to butcher all y'all names, man. But yes, man, today, man, we're gonna do a little live reaction to the Whatever podcast, and I was watching a little bit of it last night. It was crazy. I was like, nah, bro, we gotta stream this because it was way too many jewels being dropped on this Daisy chick, man. So before we start, man, drop a 1 in the chat if y'all think she was pregnant but aborted the baby. Drop a 2 in the chat if you think she was never pregnant and it was all a scam. So drop a 1 if you think she was pregnant but aborted it. Drop a 2 if you think she wasn't pregnant and it was just a scam. So we got 2, 1, 2. I only told 2 of my 2 BMs Happy Mother's Day because one is a level 99. Yeah. Them level 99 Adelines. Man, we all dealing with them. We all dealing with them level 99s, them Adeline. So it seemed like we got 2s in the chat. All right. So, man, we're going to go ahead and start it, man. We're going to go ahead and start this off. And in case y'all didn't see it, I'm going to be reacting to the Whatever podcast. Hopefully it's not a lot of ads that's going to run and play through this. But y'all bear with me. Also, let me know if this audio is all messed up, bro, because I really ain't really got the best of setups right now for streaming. So let's head to this stream. Let's head to this screen real quick. Nope, wrong screen. Welcome to the struggle stream, y'all. I got the wrong screens popping up. Hold up. Let's see. Let's go. No, that's not it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, so.
Has some questions, so I'll just try to get through mine as quickly as possible, and then Andrew has a couple questions, and then we'll go from there. I think a good starting point, though, is so you were involved, romantically involved with Walter from the F&F podcast, and you guys were dating.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so you're saying the audio is low? Good to know. So my mic audio is pretty good, but the desktop audio is pretty low. Okay, I got you. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Man. Also, did anybody hear an echo? Because there's probably a little echo going on. I got bad news. I don't know how to fix it. Damn it. Okay, no echo. That's good. That's good. Let's see. Yeah, it's a struggle stream tonight, y'all. It's definitely there's going to be a struggle stream. Let's see. Desktop audio. Let's go default, maybe. Default. Apply. That's good. At least I sound good. Y'all see this on the screen? No, y'all don't see all that. Never mind. I gotta put it on that screen. Man. All right, so let's try this again. See what happens.
Why don't you, can you just give us a quick, maybe 30-second summary of kind of everything that's
Still
gone
low?
down, and then we'll get into the details.
Okay, so yeah, I updated this guy. He was the owner of the podcast of Fresh and Fit. And I met him on last year, November.
Mm-hmm.
And then we start become official on December. End of December, it was like New Year. So he made it official. He posted us on YouTube. Caption was, "She bought my mom a gift. Now it's serious." And he asked me in person, like, "I want you to be mine, no other guys."
Mm-hmm.
Then I went back home for Chinese New Year. Then we started talking, like, Then I told him I was going to move to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened. Then when we actually came back to Miami, I stayed in his apartment for more than 2 weeks. Then I got pregnant. Then when I found out I'm pregnant, he already broke up with me. That was like 2 weeks later. I stayed in Miami.
He broke up with you?
He broke up with me before I found out I'm pregnant.
Okay.
Why did he break up with you?
I don't know. He just switches off. Which I found out later that he might be playing the game the whole time. And he didn't want the kid. So when I called him, he told me, "I don't want the baby. You go get a pill."
I'm going to take this time to shout out everybody, man. Shout out Caleb Kilruff, Dave Murray, Brother Bayern, my guy. Brother Bayern, you know what's up. That's my guy. I know that guy in real life. Hey, man, check out Brother Bayern's channel, man. He's on that, he's on some religious tips, Meryl. Like, check him out, man. Cold stuff. Nazir, shit, man. What's up, bro? The Black Lamb. What's up, bro? If I call you bro and you a female, my bad. I don't think we got too many ladies off in here. XXX. Yo. Thank everybody for joining the stream. My first stream. Welcome to my first stream. It's the Struggle Stream. NGE Struggle Stream, man. We about to react to Daisy Chen and some other bimbo that for whatever reason got a cross on her chest, even though she about to tell all kind of lies under the name of God. So, y'all let me know if there's like any echoes, something wrong with the audio quality. And again, man, happy belated Mother's Day. Drizzle, drizzle. We're going to jump back into it.
Somebody help! They won't take their underwear off.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's
Okay.
That's
Actually, I did have one other question before we delve into this. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll come to it at the end. I was going to ask you kind of, did you do any dating when you were living in China?
No.
No dating. Okay,
I
then
cut
it's
it
not
off. Like, I was completely solid.
Okay, because I just, it's unrelated to the Walter thing, but I was just curious about, perhaps the differences in terms of dating in China versus here in the U.S.
Appreciate it, Dave Murray.
Or, those differences, but we'll come back to that. So.
Yeah.
Definitely a fake Christian, Ja.
I think you went over timeline here. So you were, you met him in November. Is that correct, Daisy?
Right.
And then you broke up in February or March? March. And
March 25th, he broke up with me.
March 25th, he broke up with you. When did you find out you were pregnant?
April 1st.
April 1st.
I did a test. I had a pregnancy test on April 1st.
Okay.
All right, man, before I let them continue, fellas, never believe that you're special, okay? Like, dead ass, if you ever get with a new girl and you smashing raw, understand that everybody before you smash raw too, okay? Like, a lot of these women will get off by trying to get you to try to convince you that you special by letting you smash raw. You think, oh, well, she must really like me, man. She ain't making me put on the condom. Bro, almost every chick I've ever been with never told me to put on a condom. I'm not special. I'm an average dude just like everybody else. That means that her ex didn't get to put on no condoms either. You see what I mean? Do not involve yourself with these chicks. She basically just got through saying she don't know why he broke up with her. Fellas, what do we do when females prove to us to be 304s? Our interest decreases. We take them from the marriage category and we put them in the just for fun category. They do that to themselves and then turn around and then blame you for some stuff that they guilty of. Like, if you gonna let me skeet off in you, what makes me special? How am I that special? You don't even know me. You see what I'm saying? That's for any of the young cats. I know I got a lot of older gentlemen in here that should already know that, but you'd be surprised. I mean, Fresh himself is already like 33. Somebody obviously needed to tell him that. So let's get back into it.
Okay. So that's like, I went ahead and I texted him. I showed him the pregnancy
Caleb said,
test.
we all Eskimo bros.
Okay. Then he's like, I'm going to call you back. Then he told me I don't want any kids.
So you took a pregnancy test. Mm-hmm. You were texting him. You let him know. Yeah. And then not long thereafter, he wanted to call you or you wanted to call him?
He said he was on some kind of party. Mm-hmm. And he said, oh, I'm going to call you back. So he called me back for 5 minutes. Didn't went well.
Was this the conversation that you recorded?
No. Okay. That was later.
That was later. Okay. Yeah. So I guess perhaps the first thing we do is actually listen to the recorded conversation that you have with him. One point of clarification. There seems to be some discussion of a lawsuit. I'm a little confused there. Yeah. Is there actually a lawsuit?
Yes. It just went very slow.
Are you the defendant or the plaintiff?
Defendant.
You're the defendant. Yeah. Okay. So Walter filed a defamation?
No. I am going to file a defamation lawsuit.
But there's not currently... Nobody's filed.
Not yet. My lawyer is working on every evidence right now.
So you do have a lawyer?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So there hasn't been a filed case yet, but you intend to file, is it a defamation action?
And coercion. Coercion.
Coercion?
Coercion.
Coercion.
Yeah, coercion.
Okay. Right.
Okay, fellas, later in this interview, they're going to talk about a lot of coercion or what they believe coercion is. And I've actually been in a situation where coercion, the legal term, is actually used. First and foremost, fellas, don't ever let women scare you with this term coercion, okay? Because coercion is like with a fear of threat of bodily harm or some type of financial damage or blackmailing. You see what I mean? So in order to coerce someone, you actually have to threaten that person with some level of consequence or give them some type of ultimatum, like, if you don't do this, I'm going to do this to you. You see what I mean? So simply not wanting to have a baby is not any form of coercion, okay? Women have complete autonomy on what they want to do with their bodies here in the West, all right? Especially the United States. Men have no say-so. So if they try to hit you with the, I got rid of the baby because of you, it will not fly. Under no 50 states will that crap fly. Only time that's going to fly is if you do something to try to poison her, or you have a position of power over her that you can exploit that she needs. For instance, let's say you're her boss at a job. You know, that's already a conflict, right? But you get her pregnant and then you say, well, if you don't do this, I'm going to fire you. You see what I mean? That's a coercion or something like that. Or this woman needs you for something. Maybe she's living with you. She's been living with you for the last 3 years and she hasn't been working a job, and you say something like, well, I'm going to kick you out if you don't get if you don't get an abortion. That would be coercion. Okay. What they're talking about is some full-on Jezebel logic. All right. We just dealing with the Jezebel. Be sure to hit the likes while y'all in here, man. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Think we still going to Oriana. Shout out to you. Okay, cool. Let's get back into it.
And you're doing this, I'm assuming, in the state of Florida. Is that correct?
That I have to follow up with my lawyer.
Because you said you live in New York, right?
Yeah, I'm staying in New York.
Is there any reason you would file it in New York versus Florida? Because he lives in Florida, right?
I don't know, actually. My lawyer, they're super busy because they're very big in New York City. They haven't told me anything. Just a few days ago, they text me they're gonna collect all the evidence and then make announcements.
We're gonna jump to a call with Fresh.
At that point, he would have been unwilling. It's a bit confused.
This is how to get in shape
after
fast.
we get done with the ads.
These balloons represent your...
Confused here. You said it's against your religion to get an abortion, and you're a Buddhist.
I'm Buddhist. I don't believe in kill anything, even the ants.
Okay.
Pay attention to what she's saying, fellas.
Wait, Andrew.
The reason you don't believe that is because why? The reason you don't believe you should kill anything in Buddhism is for what purpose?
It's because in Buddhism religions, we don't believe in do anything harm to people or to animals.
Right.
So
because
if we do that, we go to hell.
Yeah. So this would be, in your estimation, a person, correct?
What does that mean?
She said if they kill, they go to hell. Pay attention, fellas. A lot of women will try to use a religion. Oh, well, my religion don't say. Man, listen, none of these females are religious. Okay? I love how they are so bold. This is how wicked the Jezebel is. I love how wicked the Jezebel can be. When they're so bold, they can wear crosses and all these religious pendants on their chest. And under the name of God or whatever their God is, they can sit there and start lying, clear-faced lying. Now, I'm not saying that's evil, but what I am saying is, fellas, if they can do that, what do you think they would do to you? I'm sure that Walter has probably seen all these weird signs, red flags blatantly that she's given, and was thinking to himself, man, let me cut this chick off. You see what I mean? This is the craziest stuff imaginable. We live in a society where we have women that will openly claim they will openly claim a religion, claim to be Christian or Buddhist, and then turn around and do everything that the religion tells them not to do.
That means that the baby that you were carrying, it was a person from your worldview.
It was a person.
Hey, pay to win. Thank you for the gift of 20 memberships. Guys, I'm going to actually put a brief temporary pause on the TTS just so we can get through this without interruptions.
Facts, Caleb.
Andrew, I'm down to have you come in on this.
Shout out to Mo
Are you cool if I just
welcome, bro?
On that point.
Okay, cool. I just want to try to get through my questions, and I'll totally open it up to you, Andrew. So you are a Buddhist, though?
Yes.
Okay. And under the Buddhist, is the Buddhist position abortion is it's not allowed within that faith?
I want to correct that. When I say that, I was very emotional, and as you guys know, English is not my...
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I meant in Buddhism, we don't believe in kill anybody or doing anything harm to people because we want to be kind to everybody.
Right.
And that's how I feel when I'm surrounding with people. I'm always trying to be honest. But I just can't keep the baby because they are harassing me after. They hired many people and they made many allegations on me. I don't want my kid's father to behave like that. And I don't want to be a single mother. I just have to be realistic. I have to be responsible for my life and my kid. I don't want my baby father is this type of guy,
So all that lack of accountability. All right, Brother Bond said, Ecclesiasticus 25, chapter 13, give me any plague but the plague of the heart and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Facts, man, facts. So we just sat back and listened to her say that her religion strictly prohibits murder. Okay? And now she's going to say, well, I was emotional. Again, women, the way they feel. It's all about the way you feel. So what she's basically saying without saying it is I can justify murder if I feel like it. I'm going to let us talk, though. I'm going to let her talk. We'll get into it.
They were making jokes.
Wait, but I think even in that conversation, it sounded like you did want him to be, I mean, you were having sex with him, sleeping with him.
I did.
You did want him to be the father.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Before, even when I had the conversation with him, I was sure I want to keep the baby. 100%.
Okay.
Did you want to marry him?
I don't care about marriage. I don't believe in marriage.
Wait.
So.
Woo! Did y'all hear that? Don't care about marriage, don't believe in marriage. Now you tell me what religion don't believe in marriage. I'm telling you, we about to lose some brain cells, fellas. Fellas, we about to lose some brain cells listening to this. What religion don't believe in marriage? Somebody in the chat, please tell me what religion does not believe in marriage. I don't know. I went to school for 8 years. Anybody that's from Oklahoma, if you know of a school, the private schools or anything, hell, I think almost all private schools were like Christian or something. This chick says she don't believe in marriage? How? How do you be religious and you don't believe it? Why bring up religion when you of the world? Some women try to use religion as a way to justify their actions or to try to get you to say something. That's crazy. Kellyville in the house.
But
Okay, well, but you did say, like, in that phone conversation that you don't want to kill the baby. It's against your religion. It's against Buddhism. You said you wanted to keep the baby.
Yes.
But you did ultimately get the abortion.
I did because after everything happened, they were internet harassing me. While I'm pregnant, he didn't show up, doesn't respond to everything. Instead, the whole group of people would insult me on internet, and they were saying they were celebrating me being a single mother, playing a song like, "You let him hit in the role, now you're a single mother."
Right, the song.
Hey, 2024, Brand. Hey, y'all know what she's talking about. Y'all know what song that's talking about. Brandon Jamal, dead ass. You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you a single mom. Now you a single mom. Hey, I can't believe she actually referenced that song, man. I swear to God, bro. That song, right, man, Brandon Jamal is easily the Riddler of Gotham City right now. Now, he's like Brendan Jamal is like some kind of anti-hero bad guy, bro. I can't believe that. Why are they not saying that he coerced them? Why are they not hitting him off for coercion? Hey, bro, that song is the most important song of this era. I don't think Brandon knows what he did, man. I really don't. That song is the most important song of this era. I'm trying to tell you, they trying to get him banned off of TikTok. That's crazy. I bet you birth control done went up ever since old boy didn't release that song. How much y'all want to bet?
Well, I mean, but do you think that...
And then also I found out other things about him, that he was doing this to many other girls, and he also mentioned Hail Mary. He brought a girl that...
Well, hold on. Let's just stay focused
Okay.
on your
Mary.
specific relationship with him. So, how far along, when you told him, were you 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks pregnant?
When I told him, it was like probably less than 4 weeks.
Less than 4 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
And then is that, how long from when you told him to when you recorded that phone call?
4 days.
4 days. And then from the point that you recorded the phone call, how soon after did you release the phone call to the internet?
Like a few days later.
A few days later.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Wait, I don't really remember when I recorded, but I know when I released it a few days later, not immediately.
okay. And I mean, you're saying though he was hesitant to be involved. I mean, certainly look, I mean, even if it was the case that he I mean, you can't force him to be involved in terms of parentage, but I mean,
I can't force,
there would have been some sort of child support payment, for example.
But I don't want a child support. I want my baby father to be there.
Okay. Well, but I mean, don't you think, I mean,
That's cap. She said she don't want child support. She want the baby father to be there. That's cap. That's all kind of cap. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that she just wanted Walter. She just wanted Walter to be there. Or put a 1 in it, or put a 2 in the chat if you think she was trying to get that money. She was trying to hook him. She was trying to scare him into giving her some abortion money. Or whatever little hook trap she was trying to do. We got a whole lot of tools going on. Shout out to Big Chris Entertainment, Shields, B. Clementa. I probably said that name wrong. McDukey. Yes, sir, McDukey. This is my first live. It's a struggle live, bro. It's a struggle live. We're going to come back. I'm just trying to figure out the audio and everything. I just decided to go live because this is crazy right now. This is the best exposed we've probably ever seen a Jezebel. 2 Jezebels, and we got a 2-for-1 tonight, man. And Andrew Wilson came in and exposed the absolute hell out of both of those Jezebels.
from the time you told him to the point that you released all of this on the internet, it sounds like maybe only about, 7 days went by?
Yeah.
I mean, for most men, I would assume can be pretty shocking, especially someone who you just broke up with. It takes time to process that sort of thing.
Andrew, for real.
Don't you feel like you kind of took the first shot in all of this?
No.
Well, you leaked the private conversation.
Yeah, I leaked. Yeah.
But don't you think that was an escalation in this? You can say that, he wasn't being responsive to you, but this was an escalation on your part by making this public. And then, of course, from perhaps his perspective, he would be less inclined to want to communicate with you further, because when he did communicate with you, he called you on the phone, you recorded it, which was a private conversation.
I'll tell you, even if I didn't leak the message, he wouldn't take the responsibility.
Well, how do you know that?
Fellas, real quick, he asked a very important question, and this is something that we all face in relationships, especially today. They don't really care what they do to you. They are hyper-focused on what you've done to them. She doesn't even realize that by escalating the situation to the way that she did, she just put herself out there, all her business, and made herself vulnerable to all the backlash that she's getting right now. She doesn't see that. She's so hyper-focused on what Walter did to her that she couldn't even think logically. Like, a logical woman would say, first of all, I don't want the world knowing that I just let this dude shoot the club up for no damn reason. I only known him for a couple days and he already shooting my club up. Like, most girls would have some level of shame to be able to try to tell the entire world that. So this right here should just let you know that sometimes you might be dealing with a woman that will do anything she can to just get back at you. And as the word says, and I ain't going to keep bringing up Bible verses to try to pretend like I'm some big name Christian. I'm not. But I'm just saying the Bible does talk about the scorned woman, and how it's better to be with damn near anything outside of a scorned woman in your home. You could be lonely, you could be depressed, you could be broke, whatever you want to be. But if you have a scorned woman in the house, you're going to be lonely, broke, depressed, and you're going to be messed up, because that scorned woman going to F you all the way off. I'm trying to keep it YouTube friendly. You see what I mean? Like, this is the type of woman that we can run into just because she said yes. Like, fellas, Put a 1 in the chat if you have ever run into a female that didn't care about what she's doing to you. She's so hyper focused on what you did to her. Like I had an ex that crashed my truck. She don't care. I don't have a truck no more. Everybody knows how expensive a truck is nowadays, right? Like can you just go out and buy a truck? My ex will crash my truck. Oh, well, I didn't like what you said 3 months ago. You see what I'm saying? Like, Brother Bond, I know you, I know you know, bro. I know you know, bro. I know you know, probably better than most. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jerome Allen. Shout out to cool boy Jimmy Timmy. Conway Gordon, shout out to you. Tony Robinson, shout out to you. Ming Ming wanted that ching ching. No, he did. He said Ming Ming wanted the ching ching. Ming Ming wanted the ching ching. Trying to suck on Walter's ding-ling. About to get her ass shit back to Sing Sing. Let's get back to it.
You gave him 1 week, and then you went nuclear
based on
the guy.
how we find out who he is later. He basically tricks women, buys fake stuff to trick women.
My bad.
And also made other women pregnant. Also on the phone, record. I asked him, have you ever made anyone pregnant before? He said yes.
Sure.
He made his ex-wife get an abortion. So for me, in my head, I was like, okay, this man doesn't want to take responsibilities. And also we didn't use protection. He just kind of like nutting me every day.
Mm-hmm.
She's an effing idiot. Shout out to Robert Gray. Good afternoon, bro. Good afternoon to you too, man. Appreciate it. Chadwick Puffington, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Dead ass.
And also, I wanted to have the kid, you know. So for me, if you don't want a kid, just tell me. Simply tell me, baby, I don't want a kid. Get a plan B.
But don't you think
Halas, that's all. But
I mean, don't you think in furtherance of either a reconciliation of your relationship, or if that was just never going to be possible, you guys reconciling romantically, having him involved as a parent, don't you think extending him just the most basic courtesy of keeping this whole thing private could have been in furtherance of, you know, him being involved potentially?
Hey, man, shout out to everybody that's tuning in tonight. I really appreciate everybody that's tuning in tonight. Be sure to shout yourself out in the chat so I can give you a little bit of a shout out. Also, little update. Let me go to the full screen real quick. Just a little update real quick. My birthday is on the 20th. I'm going to probably try to stream around that time. So look out for around that time. I don't know necessarily when the 20th is. Hold on, let me check my calendar. Hey, Siri, when is the 20th of May? Monday. All right, so we got up. So basically Monday on the 20th, man. I'll probably stream that Sunday. So the 19th. Look up for another stream on the 19th, everybody. I appreciate everybody that showed up. So I have another question. Now this, I don't really have an opinion on too much. I don't lean any way on this. But what do you guys believe? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that life starts at conception, or put a 2 in the chat if you believe that life starts like way after, like when there's an entire fetus and all the other stuff. So y'all let me know what y'all believe, because she's talking about this Plan B pill. Do you think that Plan B is still killing something, or it's nothing yet to kill? You know? So if you think that Plan B is killing something, put a 1 in the chat. If you think Plan B is not killing something, put a 2 in the chat. Oh, holy, it's all kind of 1s. All right, let's get it. But remember, hold on to that thought. Hold on to that thought, fellas. Hold on to that thought.
I really don't know. I'm not sure, but I'll tell you why I decided. When the moment I decided to leak the message, it's because when he texts me, I want to get other 4 girls tested.
Okay.
So can you imagine when your boyfriend telling you that why you're pregnant, he does that
Pregnancy test or something?
pregnancy test. So he admitted that he was seeing other 4 girls at the same time, having sex without protection and not dating them.
You didn't
so
know
for me,
that?
I didn't know that. For me, I
Wait, but
know.
earlier on in the conversation, you said you don't object to a man having sex with other women.
I don't. But
Okay.
he was telling me there's no other girl,
Okay.
and
Okay.
they're not you. And even if I do see other girl, I use protection. So he kind of like always avoid this conversation. He just said, I'm not.
Shout out to Renux for the $5 super chat, man. Keep it up, bro. My wife of 14 years watch you all the time. You made us better. Bro. Let me go to the full screen real quick. Man, first of all, thank you for my first super chat. And I'm making you and your wife better, man, bro. I appreciate that, man. You don't understand like how much that means to me. Like when I first started this channel, you know, I had the intentions on trying to be one of the more legitimate manosphere creators that could provide some level of answers and clarity for the day-to-day struggles that men go through, you know, and to know that you are currently in a married situation, you and your wife both enjoy my content, bro, that makes it all worth it. Because I don't necessarily know who I'm impacting with my words. So that's why I'm really careful on the type of content that I come out with. And just to hear you say that, man, that's crazy, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to your wife, man. Appreciate the $5 super chat.
Seeing other girl. Plus, when I was with him 2 weeks, mostly he was with me 24 hours. Except the 3 days when he tried to break up with me, he just he disappeared for 3 days. So
Before trying to break up with you?
yeah, he disappeared for 3 days.
Why did you want him to be your baby's father?
I was in love.
But like, I know, I'm just like, I just want to know, like, what did you think that was like so great about him that to make you want him? Because that's a big title to have. Like, whoever you choose to be your child's father is a big choice.
I was in love. That's all.
Was that your first time in love?
Sorry?
Was that your first time in love? Or
First time.
Woo! Y'all see all that cap? Hey, I see you, Samsung. I see you, man. Welcome to the struggle stream. It's gonna get better, man. I just tried to throw up some stuff real quick so I could stream this, and but it'll get better, man. I'm gonna probably actually pay somebody to put all of my stuff up to where it looks better and it's just kind of better overall production because I'm gonna be trying to stream a lot more. But let's go on to what she just said. She said, and this woman said she's 29 years old. She said this is the first time she's ever been in love. Somebody let me know if y'all believe if this is the first time she's ever been in love. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe, sing, sing, ling, ling, ching, ching, that this is the first time she's been in love, or put a 2 in the chat if you think she is capping her ass off. If you think she over there capping, put a 1 in the chat, man. I mean, put a 2 in the chat if you think she capping. Put a 1 if you believe her. This is the first time she been in love. Put a 1 if it's the first time she been in love. Put a 2 if she capping her ass off. All the cap hats. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Fellas, can you imagine being in a relationship with a 29-year-old woman and she's over here saying, this is the first time I've been in love? Girl, if you don't get your ass all the way out of here.
First time in love ever.
Jesus.
First time
Okay.
I wanted to have kid with somebody.
All right. So, and then at the end of that video, you were saying something about him forcing you to get an abortion. Mm-hmm. And I'm just a little
Real quick, shout out Bryce, Lorenz, Gas, Zoomer, Doomer, Mellow World. Welcome to the channel, my guys. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate it. Yeah, she's capping, man. There's no way in hell a 29-year-old. And as we go on, y'all gonna see why she's capping, man. My audience is smart. No, it looks good. I'm just saying, move the sign down over your right shoulder so it's not cut off of your citizen. Oh, I hear you.
confused there. How did he force you to get an abortion?
It was like kind of like misunderstood with my English. Translated in English, that means like if you ask me for a abortion. No, I didn't mean force me.
Okay.
Because I know I'm adult, I can make my own decision.
Okay.
When you wash your body, do you use a moldy loofah, a dirty washcloth, or you're that guy that just uses
Sorry
their
about the
hands
ads,
while...
fellas.
Yeah.
I don't have YouTube Plus where they don't play the ads. Big Chris Entertainment says, these Jezebels celebrated the passing of KS, the Godfather, but his spirit and message still lives on through all black content creators like a metaphysical circle getting bigger and better. Facts. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, man. Kevin Samuels was exactly where I'm from, Oklahoma. And Kevin, man, like when we saw especially black women get online and show their ass after he died, they don't realize when women do this, they don't realize that they're exposing more about themselves than what anything that man has possibly done, you know? And it'll probably happen to me if I was to be the face of quote unquote red pill or manosphere. If I was to be the face, they would celebrate my death no different, man. That's crazy. Great job. Respect kids, women. So we got a delay. Does anybody else have a bad delay, or is it good right now? Don't pay nobody. The ads more interesting. He said the ads more interesting than her. Let's get back into it.
And then you guys together, you and Noel, you guys did make a video titled...
Yeah, we did.
Nick, are you able to pull that up?
Yeah.
No. You're pulling up the Reddit video?
Okay.
No. Stop. Nick, the YouTube video, please. What was the title of that video?
We are the victims.
So just before we pull that up,
We are the victims.
do you guys
That's
consider
crazy.
yourselves to be victims of Walter?
Yes.
So he victimized you?
Yes.
How?
I don't feel quite victim, but I do feel like I was played.
Well, you said we, so the title of the video is We Are the Victims. So, I mean, you were both in the video, so I would assume that means that
We both and other girls.
other women too.
Oh my God. Fellas, I have to talk about that. All right. For any of you guys out there that might be single and looking to date, what this woman just said is we are the victims. 9 times out of 10, if we was to come across a woman in her position, we probably gonna get hit with all kind of games. We might not even get the number, and even if we did, we gotta play the dang phone game and all this other BS, right? She's talking about she's the victim when she has all the agency, all the control. Women have an entire wall of no's that they give to men. What I mean by no is, no, I don't want your number. No, I'm not going to communicate with you. No, I don't want to hang out. No, I don't want to drop draws. No, I don't like you. Most women have more no's than they do yeses. As a man, you're going to go and get rejected more than you'll get accepted, especially if you're doing cold approach or anything like that. There's a lot of rejection in your future. So we know that women can say no quite easily. The problem is whenever they say yes, it's like, well, it's your fault. It's now you're doing stuff wrong. How, sweetheart? How is it that you're so smart to tell 99% of men you come across no, but that one dude that you'd say yes, every time it's a problem. He's a narcissist. He's this way. He's that way. Any fool could have seen that Fresh is a playboy. Any fool. And I'm not talking about like low intelligence people. I'm talking about full-on fools. Any fool could have seen that Fresh is not going to take you serious. What dude that drives around in sports cars, that has models around him all day long? What woman makes, like, why does that make sense to women? It doesn't. We know that as men. That's why we don't believe these bimbos when they start crying. She's going to release a defamatory documentary about why she's the victim. Fellas, we go through microscopic, we get the microscopic version of this with the girls that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. When they decide they want to leave you, all of a sudden, you're the problem. I guarantee whoever my ex is with now, she's probably telling him, if he ever asks, that I'm the problem. I did everything wrong. You see what I mean? Now, I know nobody knows me, but for the people that do know me will know that that's false. You see what I'm saying? But you'll never talk to the dude that was with your girl. You'll never talk to him. You'll never get his side of the story. You see what I'm saying? Like, look at these women. They have no shame, no remorse.
Other women.
Victims of what precisely?
Before she answers that, man, shout out to the Mental Muscle for the super chat, the $4.99 super chat. He says, narcissism, confirmation bias, this insanity. She really wants people to see him as the bad guy. She doesn't realize she's throwing herself under the bus. That's facts. Facts on top of more facts, bro. Facts on top of more facts. I appreciate it. Again, women, they don't see themselves. They like vampires. Vampires can look in the mirror, there's no reflection, but they are succubus. Facts.
A crime?
I wouldn't say a crime, but emotionally damaged.
Emotionally
damaged.
Emotional abuse?
For me, yes.
Was he just like dating all of you guys? Like,
he was dating like different women, but he kind of made me like his main girl. But
well,
at the same time,
when you say he was emotional abuse, what specifically?
When he found out I'm pregnant, instead of standing up and wipe it up, he told his partner, making allegations about me, pull up some fake videos about me, saying I'm escort.
Well,
calling me a hoe, call his baby mother a hoe.
But hold on, I mean,
obviously,
didn't you
all this internet attacked that caused me emotional damage.
Did you do that before or after you leaked the...
After.
It was after.
After.
Well, so do you think it's emotionally abusive to leak private phone calls?
I got you, Samsung.
You mean me?
For example, let's say Walter had recorded a private conversation that you and him had that was of a private and delicate nature.
Yeah.
And he leaked that. Would you feel that that would be abusive?
I wouldn't like that. But,
you wouldn't like it.
But I wouldn't. I also wouldn't treat anybody like that. So.
Okay. Look, we can.
Okay.
Look.
Fellas, did y'all catch that? When he turned it around on her, she said she wouldn't treat anybody like that, but she literally just did that to somebody else. Also, I want y'all to pay attention to how Andrew and Brian are talking to Daisy and how they're going to talk to the other lady whose name I don't know. Notice that when we in the manosphere, we say that women are children. Notice how this is exactly the type of way you would talk to a small child. You know, well, do you think that maybe it was a bad idea to do that? You know, you see how he's talking to her like she's a small child? Because that's the only way you can get any information out of these Jezebels before they blow up emotionally. You have to talk to them like they're small children. Pay attention to that and laugh at it too.
Okay,
it may certainly be the case that Walter wasn't perfect in this.
Wasn't pregnant? Perfect, that's not a good word. Like, he's worse than that.
Well, I mean, did you know that, I mean, for example, his podcast, he does sort of...
I didn't know.
But he is a bit up... Well, one, you said that you would not object to a man sleeping with other women, even if you're in a relationship with them.
Yeah, that's because I'm realistic. And also, we human build this laws and this restrictions for our generation, for people, for human beings. But before, when we were back in thousands of years ago, we didn't have these rules. Guys like could sleeping with different women just to produce babies. Okay, so human nature, we don't just sleep with one person. I'm just being realistically. If my husband,
that's cap. First of all, she has no world history. You know, women getting pregnant back then was damn near a death sentence because they didn't have all the medical pleasures that we have nowadays. Like they didn't have the medical technology that we have nowadays. So that's cap. Also, what she doesn't realize is back then, thousands of years ago, the rules were pretty much what they are today. Only the top 10% of men are the only ones having children. Most of those men had multiple wives because they could afford it. Most men could not afford to take care of children thousands of years ago. So they weren't just sleeping around willy-nilly. Women have always been they've always benefited from the top guys. So don't let nobody ever tell y'all no cap about history, like men somehow had it better. As bad as it is, fellas, we actually have it better than what men have ever had it. Okay? Like there's never been a time where it was just lit to be a man. There was never a time in history where it was okay to be a man. We always had to struggle. We always had to prove that we could afford to procreate. Women have always depended upon men or a government system to be able to have their babies and get away with it.
Or my boyfriend respect me and always being honest with me, I'm fine. Just don't bring me disease. That's what I told him. But instead, he could tell me the truth, but he lied to me. I don't sleep with other women. I'm solid. I already made up my mind. And then when I told him I'm pregnant, he told me I need to get 4 other girls tested. So my mind was bloated. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Wait, so if you're like, I'm trying to figure out what the goal was and all of it. Did you just wanted him to be your baby's father?
I would,
because you said you didn't care about marriage. So it's like if everything else, like him sleeping around with other girls or whatever, if that doesn't matter to you, like then I don't. Like, how are you guys saying like you got played?
I was hoping that he could just treat me nicely instead of just tell me go ahead and get a pill. Like, if he could just like say, "Baby, I'm gonna get you through this. I'll go to the hospital with you." Any of that, but he didn't.
But
say
I mean,
any of that.
they do sort of hold themselves out to be these kind of playboy characters. I mean, they have a segment on Womanizer Wednesdays. Walter claims to have had a body count of over 1,000. He says he slept with over 1,000 women. I mean,
let me respond to some of these chats. Caleb Killoff says no self-accountability. Facts. Let's see. Risotto Yagami, he says, but you don't feel emotionally damaged as an escort? Yo, I'm going to go ahead and do a spoiler. She never, ever really went into that whole escort thing and during this whole interview, at least from what I've seen. And she just says no. Now, if she had a defamation case, that should be what it is. If there is ever a case against Myron or Fresh, that should have been what it is. But notice how, which from her own words, she's saying that, oh, well, I don't like how they treated me. I don't like how they treated me. Why are you not bringing up the escort allegation? Because if you were not an escort, then that's a case, because that can hurt you. That can hurt whatever little online business, fitness industry. I don't know what she does for a living, but I'm sure that could hurt her image online. So why not talk about the escort thing? No, she's talking about how she feels, and that's the reason why she wants her lawyers to get into it. Like, come on, baby girl, stop it.
You must have known to some degree that he was probably involved with other women.
This shingle, it's metal. Surprising, right? And this one, also metal.
Well, I know he's a playboy. Like he's
okay. You knew that.
Yeah, I knew that, but I didn't know that he had.
Holy hell. She knows that fellas, here we go. Got to go to the big screen. So they know what they do. They know exactly what they do. This is why you should never feel sorry for a woman ever that has a past. Never feel sorry for them ever in your life. This Jezebel literally just sat there and said, I know that he's a playboy. What do you expect out of a playboy? That's like saying, I know that he's a thief and getting mad when I leave him the key to my house. I come back and all my shit is gone. We've all encountered this kind of woman. most of these single mothers that we were celebrating yesterday have that same damn story. Well, I knew he had 4 other baby mamas. God damn it. I am so sick and tired of these women saying the same stuff. I know, I knew, but it's him. Yes, it is him, and you knew. Fellas, am I crazy? Put a 1 in the chat if I'm crazy. Put a 2 in the chat if I'm speaking some facts. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm crazy, or put a 2 in the chat if I'm speaking some damn facts. This is why any lady that's in the chat, ladies, all 2 of y'all watching, this is why we don't want women over 30. Because y'all don't get any better. Y'all progressively get worse. She's 29 years old, gonna lie and say that this is the first time I've been in love. At 29? Then she's going to say, well, I knew that he was a playboy. But she also dropping draws and letting them hit it raw on the first damn date. How many times, fellas, have you hit a chick raw on the first date? Is that just something we do? We go out to models and hit models raw on the first date? Especially after they know that we a playboy, we got multiple women. But now she's got a documentary coming out talking about she's a victim. Welcome to the modern Western woman. And I hate to say it like this because I know it's going to sound bad, but this is the worst women in human history. What other time in human history have we had women act like this? What other time in human history have women been able to delete kids at this rate? Go ahead, tell me in the chat. Tell me when women 100 years ago is just aborting the hell out of babies, killing babies left and right. Tell me when in human history do we have women leaving households because they're bored to go chase the playboy? Women have 2 spectrums, fellas, on their intimacy circle. The stability spectrum and the excitement spectrum. Women that use their 20s, riding the excitement spectrum, is the reason why we don't deal with y'all ladies after y'all hit y'all 30s, because we know full well how you got there. We know how you got there, and we know that the good dudes, you all have had an opportunity with one. All of you. You either put them in a friend zone or you just wasn't attracted to them. That's fine. But do not turn around and complain when you know full well that you've been with a playboy and he leaves you a single mom. Like, my bad about that, y'all.
Has bad character. Playing boy and bad character is different. Okay, I didn't know he's evil like that, and I don't pay attention about.
A strong word.
I don't pay attention about.
Do you think he's evil?
Yes.
Why?
Because of the way
like
he
what?
treated her.
Just what specifically did he do that was evil?
Made me pregnant and
Well,
not
that
taking
wouldn't
accountability.
make him evil.
Right. I mean, not for you, but for women. We're actually carrying a baby.
Samsung said, Chinese culture, she would never have a kid with Walter looking dude, maybe 50-50 chance if you the rock. Chinese N-word is called black ink. She was never having a fresh kid. Wow. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to look that up, man. Black ink, that's crazy. XXX says, all men are at the mercy of narcissistic women. Big Chris Entertainment. They get very manipulative and petulantly childish as they age. I gotta make these screens bigger. I'm trying to read small screen, y'all. Caleb Kilbro says she is evil. Conway Gordon, 2 big facts. Definite G, being pregnant is evil now. McDukey, both are evil. Facts. Risotto said he's evil. Yeah, you know what he is. That's wild.
Maybe we actually had to get an abortion.
Well, you consented to the sex, correct?
Yes, I did,
Okay.
but
I
I
don't know if
didn't
that makes them
consent.
evil.
Have sex, nothing in me. I didn't. Okay,
didn't
and men
what?
controls that. Men controls their behavior while having sex, and
How
we
come you're
cannot
on birth control.
we cannot control if a man's gonna come inside of us or no, we cannot control that.
Well, but I mean, you had sex with him multiple times, I'm assuming.
Yes, because
And he was coming inside of you every single time.
because I wanted to have the kids. I also
Right.
wanted to have the kids.
Right, but so, I mean, it's not like you were saying, please don't do this, please don't come inside of me.
Oh, I didn't say
You were
that.
fine with it.
Yeah, I was fine. And my future
Okay.
told me you're gonna get pregnant on March, which it happened.
Well, I think that's typically how children happen, the guys.
I don't know. Like my future literally told me last year you're gonna be pregnant. I was
Wait,
hoping
your
to.
fortune teller?
Yeah, my fortune teller.
Was it like a palm reading or what are we?
Fellas, this is what we up against. That ain't no better than them astrology females. Fortune telling, astrology, everything other than logic. She couldn't use Buddhism. At least she would have said, well, Buddha said. No, she didn't do none of that. She went to a fortune teller. Fellas, tell me the religion, please. Somebody in the chat, show me the religion where they use hocus pocus and dogmatic magic, voodoo, and all this other stuff over the worship of a god. If there is something that you wanted, you would go to the god, right? You wouldn't go to the world. So she went to she's a Buddhist that went to a fortune teller. Somebody that's going to use some kind of witchcraft to be able to see into the supernatural. Chinese folklore. Somebody said that's Chinese folklore. Fortune telling? I don't know. I would have to look it up, brother, because I don't know too much about Chinese folklore. But I can tell you that I don't know of a specific mainstream religion that tells you that you should use magic of the world. Fortune teller is from witchcraft practices. Facts. That's all. That's what I was raised to believe. And I've done a little bit of studying of all the religions, the mainstream religions, not the paganism. It's called paganism, New Age. Definite G. Shout out for that. Also, shout out to Cello Thomas, or is that Cello Thomas? I'm butchering names. Alex Jones. There's no way this broad is serious. Oh, she's serious. She's serious, all right.
I don't know. Someone from China.
Like a
I believe in
fortune
that.
cookie. You will be pregnant.
No.
Do we have any fortune cookies in the studio? Let's see what she's going to get today. Okay.
Wait, so he knew you wanted to get pregnant?
He knew it, and I was
well, it
taking
seems
all
like
this.
they were planning.
I
to
was
have a
taking the
child.
supplements, and all
Your
that
take
stuff.
was it prenatal?
Prenatal.
Yeah,
You're taking prenatal supplements.
I take that, and I quit drinking, stuff like that. I really sincere wanted to have the baby.
Did he want to have the kid?
I mean, he didn't say oh, I really want the kid, but by his behavior and action,
If he didn't want to have the kid, he wouldn't have.
I asked him many
I don't
times.
think. Well, I think genuinely.
I think
he didn't want to have a kid.
I think
Yeah,
he
that's-
didn't
but
want
he
the
also
kid,
enjoyed
Nutting in
blasting
you.
Yeah,
inside.
that's what I'm
But
saying.
why
Like,
didn't
don't-
tell me? I asked him 100 times at least.
That's just how
Why do
guys
you
are.
do
Guys
that?
are just gonna, if a guy gets to hit it raw, they're gonna. Why would he pull out?
I mean, I
then
wouldn't.
he should know.
I answer why we pull out. We pull out because we don't want to be with no crazy bimbo as a baby mama. We pull out because we don't want that dang child support. We pull out because sometimes you was just a sneaky link that we didn't want nobody to know that we was messing with. We was trying to hit it and quit it and get away with it. That's why we pull out. There's 1,000 reasons to pull out. The question is, why don't we pull out? That's the real question. Why would you not pull out? Especially when you're dealing with a full-on bimbo. This is a full bimbo. A level 99 bimbo. He says, let's see. Big Chris Entertainment says, I thought she first said he stealthed her, took off the condom without her knowing it, but she's saying she wanted it with no rubber. I think she lying. He says, Marcelo like Spanish. Ronaldo. Okay. Don't expose yourself to these witchcraft. She just wants to get famous from the coattails of Fresh. Oh, she famous, all right. She definitely famous. She might as well go on and start her OnlyFans at this point. Everybody already believe that she's full on out there if she ain't already got one. I hope she wouldn't, but it is what it is. Brother Byron said, if Fresh is evil, then what about serial killers? That's facts. That's facts.
If they're not on birth then he should know that their partner is going to get pregnant. Or he didn't care if she just go ahead and get an abortion. That doesn't affect him. It's a damage for women.
Prior to Walter, have you ever had?
No, never.
Never. Okay.
Never.
It's just. I think it's just important for women to choose who they're having sex with without a condom, because we should already know, like, we're gonna get pregnant and everything. But if he's already,
as I said, I didn't mind. I was in love.
Sure. And so, just going back to the video, you guys, the video is titled "We Are the Victims." I'm not sure if
Shout out to Samsung. Going to dinner. Keep up the great work. 100. Enjoy the haters. What software are you streaming with? I'm using OBS, Samsung. But man, have a good dinner, bro. I need to eat dinner myself. I also got to work out tonight. You know, I got to get the gains. Got to keep the gains going. But yeah, man, thanks for showing up, bro. I appreciate it. Before I started, my guy, Coach Ken. All respect to you, NGE, for the great content, man. I appreciate you, Coach Ken, man. I really do, man. Like, Coach Ken, everybody has been supporting my channel from, like, day one. Like, I really appreciate this guy. And, like, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, Coach Ken. Really appreciate you, man. That's crazy. That's crazy.
If I really heard an answer to this, what specifically are you guys a victim of? And Noelle, let me hear from you.
Well, I don't think I'm like a victim, but
okay.
Prior to going out and meeting Fresh, I told him, look, I'm not on birth control.
Okay.
I don't want to have children out of wedlock. And, you know, I expect you to use protection. And then when it came to that, he just didn't ask me about it, didn't give me a warning. He just kind of blasted, like, and it took me by surprise because I was trusting that he wasn't going to, you know.
Okay.
But you said, like...
Fellas, I want y'all to pay attention to the fact that when women are horny, they like to absolve themselves damn near of all responsibility once they go ahead and open their legs to you. Some women, you know. She's talking about what she wants. If that's truly what she wanted, she would have said, hey, no, stop. Put the condom on. You see what I mean? Then she would have a case. Like, you can, am I crazy? Am I crazy? At least you can feel sorry for a woman to a small degree that can come back and tell you, well, I told him to put a condom on. I told him to do this. I told him to stop. And he just did what he wanted to do. Now you have a case. Now you have a case. You got a lot of cases. You got a legal case. You got a moral case, a civil case. You got all these cases. But they're literally, not literally, but they're figuratively letting the dude off the hook by saying, well, it took me by surprise. It's not really what I wanted. What are you talking about? It's not what you wanted. Obviously, it was what you wanted. How many pumps before you realize, oh, he might bust? Like, at what point in time are we going to say stop? No, this is feeling good. That's what's happening. You see what I mean? Like, how many pumps does it take before you're like, wait a minute, maybe you should stop, because if you keep, you about to bust. Make it make sense, fellas. Like, am I crazy?
Use protection, so you allowed him to have sex with you without protection? Or
Thanks.
It just kind of happened really fast. It's one of those things where it was like...
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, the act of having sex happened so fast, like...
Well, so...
They don't mind being fast for the high-value men, fellas. They don't mind being fast for the high-value men. Oh, man, it was just so fast. It was just so fast. It just happened. I was walking... and I was minding my business. You know, I wanted to go sit on the couch, and then he just I tripped and I fell and I landed on his dick. Like, it just happened, you know, and I didn't get up either. You know, I kept going. You know, I mean, it just happened. Believe me, right? It just happened. There was nothing. I had no control. I don't know what happened. I was just like, hey, how are you doing?
Just give us a bit of context here. So hold on, let me look at my notes here. In terms of meeting him, so you had been following their podcast for a while.
For a while. And I was following Myron. And then one day I saw a reel, followed fresh from it. And then like an hour later, he hit me up and he said, come to Miami. And I thought it was about the podcast because I was already scheduled to be on it. And I was like, oh, like I'm already going to be there in January.
Okay.
And he was like, oh, okay. He's like, that's great. He was like, when you come out here, he's like, I want to take you out. I want to get to know you. So I was like, cool. And then he had me end up coming out in December.
Medic said, amazing videos, bro. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused. Shout out, man. Thank you for joining the chat.
It just worked out
just again for him.
A little more conveniently because she wasn't going to be there. I didn't know that. So
wait, because she wasn't.
There's
gonna
crossover.
Be there? Yeah, there was.
So
a crossover.
he first saw you, and then he started seeing Daisy.
No, he met me first.
Yeah.
In November.
Met you first. Okay,
they met in November. Me and him started messaging end of November.
How long have you been following the podcast?
The Fresh and Fit podcast, probably like a year and a half.
Have you seen full episodes?
Not full episodes.
You'd see
but
clips.
Like clips. Yeah.
Did you ever watch periods of an episode? You know, you'd tune in for 30 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Okay. And so he DM'd you. You guys had a couple of conversations, text messages, phone calls. He offers to fly you out.
Yeah.
And then he picks you up at the airport and then drives back to his place.
Yeah.
And then you guys pretty much immediately go at it. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was.
So from like
Fellas, y'all remember the case with, I'm going to hit the full screen real quick. Fellas, y'all remember the case with Bill Cosby and his allegations against him? At the time that those allegations were happening, or should I say, he was married. Bill Cosby was married. And he invited those women to his private quarters in a hotel room. What does that mean? What does it mean when you go to somebody's private quarters, when you know that they're married? But you, as a woman, will go to somebody's private quarters. Does that not imply that you are comfortable with being alone with this person? You're probably comfortable with what happens next. Like, I think women understand. I remember being a small child, a small one, probably like 8 or 9 years old. And I knew better than to go into the private quarters of somebody. Like, even my mom and dad's bedroom was considered private quarters that I would be nervous to go inside because I didn't know what was going on behind that door. Seemed like they was wrestling. You see what I'm saying? So these women were perfectly fine being in a person's private quarters, which implies you want to be alone. Why do you want to be alone? Why can't you meet out in public? Why can't we go to a restaurant? Why can't we go somewhere where there's a lot of people? No, let's go to somewhere with a bedroom where there's nobody around. Bill Cosby, they want you to believe that he's this, you know, put the pills in the drinks, even though that was the culture back then. That was the culture. That's what they did. But we're supposed to believe that these women are victims. And I hate to say it like that because I do believe that some people can be victimized. They can be coerced. They can be misled. But there was a lot of ways that you could have avoided the situation. I don't know how to get around Bill Cosby. I bet you I could hit up Walter right now on my Instagram. I got 62, 63 something odd thousand followers on Instagram. And I guarantee he won't reply to my DM. They're not going to invite me to be around them. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because I'm not pulling the type of reach, the type of numbers yet. But this woman who nobody knows can be around them in private quarters. Does it not trigger in their brain that, well, why can't anybody just get around you in private quarters? It's always women that's around you in private quarters. You're hard to contact. I can't get around Bill Cosby. I can't get around Walter or Myron. I can't even get around these women. Not these bimbos. Why? Because they look for a particular type of guy and they break all the rules that they hold you to. But they want you to believe that she's a victim. They want you to believe that she got played. How did Walter play you? He got the Lambo, he got the clout, he got the money, and you got your ass in the car. Then you got your ass out of the car, set your ass on that couch, pulled down your own drawers, spread them legs, and you took every drop of that grade A, FDA approved black baby yogurt. And you loved it.
Stepping through the door to, does he throw it down quick?
I mean, I would say a cool 10, 15 minutes into getting into his apartment.
No, like, what's it called? What's the term?
Foreplay?
No, not foreplay. Was there like any, the weather is...
Wait, so you wanted to just...
Small talk. Was there any small talk?
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where
Or just really. Step through the door, he puts on some Barry White, goes at it.
I mean, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you wanted to just fuck, or
no?
Well, so you step through the door. So how much time elapsed from stepping foot into his place to hooking up?
Probably like 10 to 15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes. Okay. And
she just admitted it. Everything I was just saying. It took 10 to 15 minutes to get there to drop them drawers. 10 to 15 minutes. All right, let's say we're going in the house. Let me put my coat down. Let me put the keys right here. Let me take my shoes off. That's already like 2-3 minutes. Let me turn on the light. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus, 10 to 15. That was immediately. There wasn't no conversation. There wasn't no, hey, let me get to know you. Wasn't none of that. You see how the hurdles that they make you jump through? But they don't make these guys jump through them. But they victims. They somehow victims. They somehow didn't know no better. How do you not know no better when it took him all of 10 to 15 minutes to hit it raw? You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. You didn't have second thoughts. And if she was pregnant, now you're a single mom. Now you're a single mom. I know why that song hurt. Because he sung, he was, what had it go? Strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing her softly with that song, killing her softly with that song. He was telling her whole life. In his words, he was killing her softly. Then she killed the baby after listening to that song. Ain't nobody believing these Jezebels.
Okay, but I mean, so I assume you're enthusiastic about that.
Well, yeah, I was attracted to him. He's charming. We'd FaceTimed before. And, I'm human. So
what do you mean you're human?
Like, heat of the moment. If two people are turned on, what do you expect? Like, that's gonna happen.
And did you hook up more than once with him?
Twice.
Twice.
Okay.
What do you mean twice? Like
two separate times. It's like one night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Eskimo sisters over here. Eskimo sisters over here.
I told her that. Eskimo sisters.
And in both times that you hooked up with him, he didn't use a condom?
Yeah, both times.
What prevented you?
This guy likes rolling the dice. Holy shit. Fucking Walter rolling the dice here. All right.
Is that how you guys met?
No condom.
Through Instagram.
Yeah.
Or that's how me and Daisy met.
She liked my photo, and
I want y'all to understand that Walter ain't used no condoms, and neither did her ex. Ain't no man use condoms with that chick. She probably been using I put it like this, man. Women, I have never had a woman tell me, hey, stop, put on a condom. I ain't never had it happen. So I know full well, and fellas, remember, if she said, well, I've been with this man, that body count that they don't want us to worry about, we know full well that y'all, if you didn't make me use a condom, you probably ain't make him use no damn condoms. So whatever your body count is, at this point, we swapping seminal fluids. You might as well just say, because look at what Walter, Pug CEO, is blasting off in these chicks. You want to go behind that? That's what you want to marry? That's what we got to marry? These kind of women that Lord knows but everybody with some money and some clout can bust off in them 10 to 15 minutes within their first meeting. And then they feel played. They want to turn him into the victimizer, and they're the victim. But they would make you buy the bottles. You got to spend $500, $1,000 on a bottle. Then you got to get a table. You got to get your own little section and everything. They want to come over there and make you jump through hurdles and hoops. They don't want to eat at no chain restaurant, but they'll go directly back to a man's house, drop draws, and do all that, and then turn around and try to convince you to marry them when they hit their 30s. Or they already a single mom, and they want you to believe that something is wrong with her baby daddy. Ain't nothing wrong with her baby daddy. Fellas, whatever a woman's standard is for the dude that is hitting, and then she try to make you jump above that standard, you're the only person paying for a used car way more than what it costs for a new car. If you want that type of life, then be an idiot. Settle for it. I won't. I refuse to settle for crap like that. I don't want y'all to settle for crap like that. Listen to these women expose the modern woman, because I'm telling you, it's not just them two. It is not just them two. I have had the privilege of working at Amazon and seeing women with no kids come in to turn around and become single mothers later. Dealing with dudes that would obvious be playboys. They're obvious playboys. Obvious. It's not even like they try to hide it, but they deal with those kind of dudes and then turn around and act the victim. I had this one chick. She was cute as hell. She was one of them little Latina chicks, right? And one of my homeboys got her pregnant. He was a homie of mine. He got her pregnant. And I acted like I didn't know who her baby daddy was, because we worked in different departments. So I went up there and I was like, how's everything going? And she was like, it's fine, but my baby daddy ain't shit, right? That's what she said. She said, my baby daddy ain't shit. I said, if he ain't shit, what does that make you? Because if you're going to let an ain't shit person get all of your value, take all of your value. He put you in a status category, sweetheart. You're now a single mother. So if he ain't shit, then ain't shit is your standard.
I saw her bedroom. She has photo in his bedroom.
Oh, damn.
Damn. So you saw it, but you were very familiar with their podcast. You'd seen clips. Were you familiar with look, there's a lot of content, both in my podcast, their podcast. Were you aware of the fact that, these guys are a bit, they're playboys, they date a lot of women.
I knew they got women, but like I at that point,
shout out to Zayrog Arterius, probably messed that name up, but he said, I've only ever heard women say, take off the condom. Damn, that's nasty. Bums taking over. I had a chick ask me to not wear a condom, and I got soft quick. Wow. Definitely G said, Walter is irresponsible. Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. But if y'all didn't see the video, the reason why Walter or Fresh, the reason why he does that is because he used to not get girls like that. Come on, man. We know that he didn't used to get girls like that. This is his revenge arc. That's why he's doing all this Hail Mary stuff to these females, because one, he know they're easy to get now because he's driving around in $100,000+ cars, and he's got a platform that's being spoke about all over Miami. He goes to all the clubs. He gets the VIP sections. So naturally, they think that he's an easy target. This is his revenge arc on these women. Y'all would have never dealt with me if I didn't have what I have. But since I have what I have, they're going to sit there and pretend to be in love with him. This is what it looks like when women pretend to be in love. She was never in love. She was never in love with no damn Walter. She was in love with the idea that if she got intermingled with the dude, that she could come up under him. They wanted to clout ride him because he's got all the clout. Chadwick Puffington, still don't think it's 1,000. Hell no, it ain't 1,000. If it was 1,000, his dick would have fell off by now. Come on, man. That's crazy. Even if you had a body count of 20 as a man, there's a very high likelihood that you contracted something. And we seeing what he does when he does it. He's not using no condoms. He's not using no damn protection. He's just trusting that these women ain't spreading herpes to him. He's just trusting that these women ain't giving him some type of UTI infection, at least minimal. You know, some type of, like, that's disgusting, bro. It's absolutely disgusting. He's probably going from one vajayjay to another vajayjay with the same unwashed member.
I hadn't even seen the Hail Mary video, so it was like
me neither.
Yeah.
Did you guys think?
Wait, what's the Hail Mary video?
You can go to my. I'll send you.
What? Really quickly, what's it about? Hail Mary video.
He admitted that he made other girl pregnant. And
his wife?
No.
Another
the other
girl.
Yeah. And then
well, I'm not surprised if he's, sleeping with women.
Then he lied to the girl that we're gonna have kids later. Then took her to the McDonald's, sat her down, never talked to her again. Like told her to get in the.
Hey man, I hate to say it, but W Fresh on that one. He took him to McDonald's and then dismissed him. You're like, oh man, that's savage. That is savage. Who y'all know that damn savage? To take a chick to McDonald's, taking an Instagram model, chicks with hundreds of thousands of followers to McDonald's and then here, take this Mickey D's. Bye, bitch. Hey man, I gotta give Fresh a W for that. That's savage. Oh my God, that is savage. Bro, Mickey D's. Oh man, I gotta try that. I gotta try that one time in my life. Hey man, let's go to Wendy's. I'm gonna get a Frosty. Put the baby on ice after I get the Frosty. God dang it, Fresh. That's savage. That's cold-blooded, bro.
Potion never talked to her again.
Okay.
But what do those instances actually have to do with the two of you? Like, if Walter had impregnated half of the United States, I don't actually understand how that's pertinent to your particular situation.
It does.
With him.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If your wife or your ex-girlfriend, any woman that you were in a relationship with, if she was pregnant with every guy she dated, does that make you considering still dating her? You would
no,
absolutely
No, I wouldn't still date her. No.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah, but nobody's really questioning whether or not you broke up with the guy based on the fact that he's out humping a bunch of other women. Nobody's questioning. That's not what's in question.
What do you question about then?
Yeah, so I'll tell you what the question is. So when you're talking about inside of your religious faith of Buddhism takes a neutral stance on abortion, as you know. But you clearly told Fresh inside of that phone call that it's against your religion to terminate this pregnancy. Mm-hmm. Does that make it murder that you terminated the pregnancy?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. So if he's not a murderer and you're not a murderer, I don't actually hang on. I don't actually understand what the problem is. As what could he have coerced you to do? He didn't coerce you to murder.
Hey, Definite G, you a fool. Give her that 5-piece chicken nuggets and dip. Oh man, y'all wrong for that. The 5-piece chicken nuggets and dip. You wrong.
Because you're not a murderer and he's not a murderer by your own logic, right?
Well, there is some behavior that she done that made me decide to have this abortion.
What was that?
Yeah, but even if all of the behavior, even if he did coerce you, let's just say hypothetically he did coerce you to have an abortion. Hang on, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
Even if he did hypothetically coerce you to have an abortion, if it isn't murder, then isn't that like coercing you to pick up a rake in the yard? I mean, what is the actual problem?
Good point.
The actual problem is I lost the baby that I was supposed,
but you don't
I
consider it a
supposed to have.
person.
I supposed
right?
to have it with Walter, and he doesn't want it.
Yeah,
I
but
lost
why
the
would that be a
baby.
problem if it's not a person? If you don't believe that it's murder to terminate the pregnancy, you don't believe he's a murderer, you don't believe you're a murderer, then what's the actual problem? It's just like picking a rake up in the yard, right?
I think you're just playing the language game. I've seen your show before. There's no way I can beat you. I'm just not gonna argue with this. I think
she don't want to argue because she ain't got no comeback. What Andrew is doing is holding her little ass accountable, and it makes sense to her. That's why she's doing all that blinking. You see all that damn blinking she doing. All that damn blinking. Because Andrew is holding her accountable.
women in here, they won't understand me.
Well, I'll ask some more questions.
I don't want to argue with you because I know I can't. And
well, I'm not trying to argue. I'm really just genuinely curious.
You're just like into this details and so sophisticated, trying to catch me something or twist my word. But
no,
people understand me.
No, I'm really not. I'm just
You're
trying to understand.
a very smart guy. I'm not trying to here to defend on me. I know that I made mistake by dating this guy. I didn't know that who he is, and also I abort the baby. Yes, but I believe this is the best choice because I don't want a father.
No,
I don't want
understand
my baby
all
father
that.
like that.
I understand all that.
Yeah.
I'm not even playing a gotcha. I'm just telling you that if you're saying that it's not murder to abort the child, but you're saying he coerced you into aborting it, I still then don't even understand what exactly he coerced you into doing, which was bad, because there's no murder. There's no what's the actual problem? I don't get it.
Coercion.
Yeah, but the abortion, you consider it not to be a murder.
If it's a murder, it's not me. I'm not a murderer. It's Walter.
Oh my God!
Well, how could he be a murderer
because
if you don't consider it murder to abort?
Because he harassed me, internet harassed me, and he caused me emotional damage, and all that.
Yeah, no, I get.
Man, if Kevin Samuels was here, he would say, "You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up." Y'all heard it. You literally can't make this up. She's trying to say, he's the problem. He made me get an abortion. Fellas, really? Let's say you pop into a chick. You pop in a chick. Oh, hey, guess what? I'm pregnant and it's yours and I'm keeping it. Well, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to have a baby yet. I'm not ready to have a baby yet. Ain't nothing you can do. You should have thought about that before you did what you did. That's what they gonna say. You should have thought about that before you did what you did. But I thought you said, you was on birth control. It don't matter what I said. That don't matter what I said. I could have told you that I'm infertile. You still did what you did you not? Man, I guess you're right. Yeah, I did do what I did. I was inside raw and I busted. But I don't want no consequences. Could you please just get rid of it for me? No, I'm not gonna get rid of it for you because damn it, no, hell no. Why would I do that? It's my choice. You can't tell me to do nothing. This is my choice. I'm gonna turn you into a baby daddy on child support. And you can't do a goddamn thing about it. I guess I might as well start getting a job. You damn right. Save up some money because here it come. That's all we can do. But she wants to tell the world and wants us to believe that what? No, baby girl, we not believing that. Because everybody done had, if you used to get some of the JJ on the regular, then you know full well what it feels like to be in one of them pregnancy scares. That's also how you know you was dealing with a 304 too. I'll never forget the day that I was number 5 on a list of this chick. She calling all the dudes she dealt with. I just want you to know that I don't necessarily know, but I might be needing the DNA test later. I'm thinking to myself, oh, shit. Because I know full well that I didn't do nothing. But I'm worried more so about STDs and everything else because I know it ain't my baby. I knew that for the rip, but I'm thinking, oh, man, I was messing around with this hoe that I knew I shouldn't have been messing around with. I knew full well, but I was young and, you know, it was available. And I will be honest, that I took accountability. I was like, man, let me go and get up, go on and get this job at this little grocery store and everything. And they'll make sure that I'm ready just in case. But I also went to that clinic as well because, yeah, man, I made a mistake. That's what I can say. I made a mistake, right? Like, we've been in these situations. We done been irresponsible with our dangalangs when we was young men. So, I mean, I'm about to be 39. So that was what, 20 years ago. We was irresponsible with our dangalang. But I never tried to shift blame. Why didn't you do? No. The only thing I was mad about was I was in her damn rotation. She was rotating me.
Get that, but how could it actually be murder if you don't consider it to be murder if you abort?
Fellas, put a 1 in the chat if you've ever had a pregnancy scare. Put a 1 in the chat if you ever had a pregnancy scare. A female hit you about a child and it ended up not being yours. You can't put no 1 in the chat if you got the kid. That wasn't no pregnancy scare. That was real. That wasn't a fire drill. That was the fire. Put a 1 in the chat if you ever had that pregnancy scare. Malik Kweli. Man. It's one of the worst feelings in the world, boy, I tell you. I'm telling you, I was over there sweating. I couldn't sleep. I didn't want to eat nothing. I was mad. I was like, oh, man. That's one of the worst feelings in the world, man. If you know, you know. That right there is birth control, just a female giving you pregnancy scare. That's a damn birth control right there. Because you look at the chick and you realize, oh, my God, it's a 304. Oh, my God. Yeah. And see, I grew up when we'll clown you. If your chick is like, you got this fat chick or you got this 304, oh, you getting clowned. Oh, we know what you was doing. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, I was stressed. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I was like, I don't want no 304, please, God. I'm sorry. I don't want a 304 as a baby mama. She gonna put me on child support. I was mad. I was mad at my digging stick. I was like, what did you do to us? What did you do? Oh, no. I'll try to tell you, it's one of the worst feelings in the world, fellas.
I didn't say I don't consider it's a murder. I said,
okay, so you do consider it murder? So you're a murderer? Or?
I'm not saying. I said it's a coercion.
A coercion to do what, though? It's not a coercion to do anything bad if it's not a murder.
I don't understand. What are you talking about?
Well, if you terminate a pregnancy, it's not murder, right?
Yeah, it's not.
It's not. So then even if he coerced you to terminate the pregnancy, what is the actual problem? Because you didn't do, it's like picking up a rake in the yard, right? It's like putting dishes away. It's if it's not murder,
for you, yes, it's
then what
putting
did
dishes
he
away.
coerce you to do that was actually bad? I don't get it.
For you, it's putting a dish away because you're not in my position. You wouldn't understand how I feel when I actually carried a baby. It was a baby, a dot in my belly, and I had to end it.
Yeah, but it's not murder, right?
It's not murder,
so why does it
but
it's
also not something we should encourage people to do.
So she said it was murder. Now she's saying it's not murder. You see how that happens? If you just talk to them like kids, they'll eventually tell on themselves. And I really tried to give Daisy some type of benefit of the doubt because she's got this language barrier, you know, and it's hard to speak in another language. But she know what she's saying and she know what she's doing. Like, she didn't switched her stories about 5 times now, if you guys have been paying attention, or it was her from the beginning. Shout out to Bobby Price. Bobby Price says, a lot of stuff. Hold on. He says, your influencer platform, we chat from trying to do the same thing in a system designed to separate us. You'd imagine, right? Nah, the building community, we isolate ourselves in these little bubbles. You can hear word for word, she was trying against life can pressure you. Yeah? Yeah, I mean, I can tell you right now, man, this type of logic is the normal logic that women will use. This normal logic that women will use to try to justify why they did something, and while also putting you in the victimizer category.
Yeah, why not though? It's not a problem. It's not murder.
It's just something she didn't want to do, and that's
Andrew, if you don't mind, I'll come.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Are you encouraging people to have abortion? Is that what you're saying?
Go ahead, Andrew.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't, because I consider it murder, but you don't consider it murder. So if you don't consider it murder,
private chat,
why would it be a problem if people went and had abortion? I don't understand.
All right, I want to let you guys know there's a difference between murder and killing. Murder is a legal term. It's not a real thing. It's like a legal term. And killing is what, you know, you kill somebody, you kill a baby or whatever. But murder is a legal term. And the reason why these women cannot be prosecuted for quote unquote murder is because they didn't murder anything. They may have killed something, but they didn't murder anything. So, that's I just want y'all guys to know that there is a difference between like murder and killing. If, murder, there's legal ramifications. That's why they don't call it, they call it manslaughter. They don't necessarily call it murder. They'll call it manslaughter if it was like accidental, something like that. So him trying to get her to admit that it's murder is a little bit disingenuous because it's a legal term that people get prosecuted for. Murder is always illegal. You can never murder anything. You can kill something like a baby. You can have the abortion, but you cannot murder. You see what I'm saying? That's why I was a little bit like, why are you trying to get her to believe that she's a murderer when technically she's not, even though she's a killer, a baby killer, and we use murder like that, but that's not the real reason that murder is supposed to be used.
Dan,
I had my lawyer tell me that. That's just to let you guys know.
That makes no sense.
You don't understand the consequence for women to get an abortion, the health damage, and all the other stuff emotionally. So you just don't understand because you're not a woman. You're not a woman.
But that's why I was perhaps hoping that you could explain it to me. That I
just did. I just did explain to you. I think people understand what I meant.
So so that he coerced you to damage your health?
Yes.
Okay, by asking you to have this abortion.
He knows it's a he gave me a food that's poison that he knows it's gonna like make me sick, and he still give it to me.
He gave you what?
I'm just trying to make an example.
An analogy. I see.
Yes.
So the thing is that if Walter doesn't consider an abortion murder, and you don't consider an abortion murder, I don't even really understand what the problem is here. A consequence of sex is pregnancy, and if neither of you consider abortion murder, he doesn't and you don't, then I don't actually understand what you're upset about, to be honest with you.
DP Dark Pisces 99 said, "You made me do this. That's the battle of accountability, dodging women." Yes. The accountability, dodging female. You're right.
I think the problem, like her issue is like she wanted somebody to go through it with her, and I don't know why somebody.
Yep, I don't know. You see how women can't even explain another woman's wall of lies? This is what I'm talking about when women get behind that wall of lies. Y'all remember me talking about the wall of lies? She's trying to explain this chick's wall of lies. She can't even make sense of it. Another woman can't make sense of the wall a lot of bull crap that she's trying to hide behind.
4 months is really short, but that's I'm not judging her for that.
But does that make any sense to you? If I ask you, for instance, if you got pregnant and neither one of you consider it to be a murder or in any way, shape, or form immoral to do an abortion.
I do consider it's a murder.
Well, then that would make you a murderer, ma'am.
No, I didn't make the decision because I wanted to. It's because...
Well, you said he forced you.
Did he go with you and do it, or...?
No, he didn't.
So if you don't consider yourself a murderer, then you can't consider having an abortion murder.
So you're saying that's okay? It's okay for him to do that?
Well, not from my worldview. I think it's awful.
Is that okay? Is that okay to get impregnate a woman and ask her to get an abortion, like taking a pregnancy, like taking a Plan B pill? Is that okay?
From my worldview, no. But from your worldview, you just said it's fine. You just...
Shout out to Jim Lambus for the $1.99 super chat. That kid would have had a terrible life. Maybe. Maybe. I can't say that for sure. That the kid would have had a terrible life. I mean, they'd have definitely had two terrible parents. But as far as the life, life is, you with your parents for 18 years. And after that 18 years, you kind of decide what you're going to do. And Walter, he might got a little bit of bag. So the kid might have been somewhat okay if she would have kept it. And it seems like she might be around some money too, which means that if the kid was smart, because he's going to have like Myron as some type of uncle, I don't think that, I'm going to be honest, I don't think that Fresh would have let her have his kid and not try to do something, because that's just bad for his position. Like, people would have always brought that up on him if she was pregnant and if that baby would have went ahead and been born. And I think he would have tried to have something to do with it, simply because it would have been a terrible look moving forward. You got a whole kid out there that you ignoring. What are you really going to say to men? So I mean, he could have had a terrible life, or it could have had a terrible life, but I would like to believe that Fresh's better sense would have came in and possibly did what he could to try to be more involved in the kid's life. And if she's telling the truth, she probably would have been, likely to just probably let him have the kid and she fall back. I mean, I know a lot of women do that, but I don't think that she would have let the child tether onto her, since she's got escort business to do. She's got all this, she's got other men she wants to finesse. So, if he would have went to court, and Myron's pretty good, and if he would have went to court and fought for full custody, he might have won over her. So I don't know, man. That's a good topic. That could have went either way.
You said from your perspective, from the Buddhist perspective. I didn't
say that's okay. I said it's not okay. That's why I'm upset.
So is it murder?
See, you keep playing this question. You keep playing this.
Well, I mean, it's because I don't understand. If it's not, if you didn't take a human life, then why is it actually a problem?
That is a human life. I was pregnant.
Then that would be a murder, wouldn't it?
I didn't say it's not a murder.
And if it is a murder, then that would make you a murderer, wouldn't it?
Not me. I didn't, because I didn't want to.
Is Fresh?
Well, did he swallow the pill for you, or?
Wait, so are you saying that Fresh is the murderer?
Yes.
Because he wanted to do it.
Because he wanted to do it. You guys heard the voice message. He pushed me to do it. He never showed up.
Did you just not want to be a single mother?
Andrew, I'll ask a couple questions.
I didn't.
That's facts. She just didn't want to be a single mother, because like that song said, you let them hit it raw. She was getting upset at that. She didn't want a whole anthem behind her actions. That song was an anthem behind her actions. That's the real reason. If she was pregnant, let's just say if she was pregnant, let's give her the benefit of the doubt, because I don't believe she was ever pregnant. But if she was, and she did go through the abortion, it's because she wanted to dodge humiliation and shame. She didn't want to walk around having people parade, having his whole audience parade behind her, talking about you're a single mom, yada, yada.
I didn't want to be a single mother. I didn't want my baby daddy to be like someone like that.
But no matter what, you still had the decision to either take the pill or not take the pill, right?
Yeah.
So it just seems like you're putting all of the accountability on him. I think that's what we were trying to say.
Oh, I didn't. Well, Definitely not. That's not what I meant.
Let's get back to the video, though. So you did have this video called "We Are the Victims." Nick, if you can just pull it up real quick. We are the victims. There it is. That's a nice penthouse apartment, by the way. Is that
Airbnb?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. And you guys, it's a fairly long one. I actually watched it, and I have a couple notes here with timestamps. If needed, I'll pull up the actual point of time corresponding to some of my questions I had. So starting with Daisy, you said at 13 minutes in, when it comes to abortion and pregnancy, you consider it as you actually have a life in your belly. Okay.
Fellas, this is a real question right here. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that if you was to tell your girl to get an abortion and then she does it, that makes you responsible for her actions. I want y'all to kind of think about that question. Are you responsible if you tell your girl to get an abortion and she does it? Are you responsible for her actions after that? Or is she responsible? Put a 2 in the chat if she has all the responsibility, or put a 1 if you believe you're responsible. Because I'm curious on what people think. You know, the situation is, in case you didn't hear it, you know, my girl, I'm gonna use myself. Let's say my girl gets an abortion because I told her to. I'm like, hey, baby, I want you to get an abortion. And she says, well, okay, does that make me responsible or does that make her responsible? Who has agency? Who really has the agency? Because in my worldview, since we're talking about worldviews, I thought the law says women have agency and men don't have the agency. But just out of legalities, let's not even worry about the law. Do you think morally you're responsible, or do you think morally she would be responsible? See the twos.
At 18:30 in that video, you said one of the reasons you got the abortion,
Jim Lambert says both,
or perhaps women can get abortions, is you feel it carrying a baby, you feel pain, bleeding.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you said that perhaps one of the reasons women will get abortions is for health issues. Like they might get it for health issues. Was that one of the reasons that you decided, or that wasn't related?
Decide what? Not to keep the baby?
Yeah, you said some women might choose to get an abortion because they face potential health issues if they continued with the pregnancy.
I was very depressed. That was not the only reason. It's just everything put together.
Okay. But you didn't have any health issues, though?
I was mentally.
Okay.
I mentally caused physically.
All right. So. Now, at 29:30, Nick, could you actually skip to 29:30? And we'll actually play from 29:30. Yeah, go ahead.
If someone needed to lose 10 pounds or more in the next 90 days, what do you think would be the best way?
Keto?
Nick Lambert says, well, I think if the man does not want the kid, but the woman does, she assumes all financial responsibility. Bro, if we could make that a law, we'd be golden. We would be golden. I agree with that. I agree. I definitely agree with that, man. I would love for the idea that, you know, women say my body, my choice. You know, men should be able to say my wallet, my choice, you know, something like that. Because I think that women would think differently before and after. Because that's what they say to us. When I was doing, you know, a little phone call example, women will say, you should have thought about that before you did this. You see what I mean? So I would like the ability to say, well, you should have thought about that before you let me do this. You know? But we know why it can't be that way, because the government can't redistribute wealth from a man to a woman who are the primary consumers. Women are there's no trickle down effect with women's money. I'm about to go to the big screen real quick because I gotta talk about this for a little bit. Fellas, just in case you don't know, I'm sure everybody knows, but for anybody that may not know, the reason this system is set up the way it is because when we get money, we look to take care of our legacy. We look to get a woman, possibly a couple women, and then we have this trickle down effect where it goes to our kids. It may go to our grandkids. If we have a son, we'll teach our son what we know. We'll try to have the son run the business. You see what I'm saying? With women, when they get money, it goes to vacations. It goes to department stores, to food, to hair weave. They ain't worried about taking care of your ass. They're not worried about taking care of you as a man. Women get money so they can be independent. Men get money so that women can depend on them. That's what we do. That's why we go out and work so hard. So we can get some money so we have something to bring to the table. That's why women get so offended when you ask them, what do you bring to the table? I am the table. But the government knows that. They know that the trickle-down effect won't come from a man without a woman. If a man ain't got a woman, what he gonna do? He probably gonna have a big fat savings account. I got a homeboy right now. They got a big fat savings account that was able to buy his car outright. He ain't got no woman. He's still living with his mom. But he's stacked up on bread. Let me tell you that. He's stacked up on bread, but he's not putting it back into the economy. He's not going shopping in department stores and stuff like that. But if he was to get a woman, she ain't gonna let him do that. She ain't gonna let him hold on to no money like that. That's just a little game for the younger individuals in here that might not know. That's the exact reason why if a female drags you to family court, your ass is in trouble.
Oh, it's just fucked up.
Let me know when you have it, okay? Yeah. Shit, hold on. One of my chats. Let me actually read this chat really quick. Throwing a wrench into the mix. Happy Mother's Day. Have your parents told you about how they met? If so, how? Which parent was more of a... I'll have to come back to this. Oh, wait. Did it not trigger?
No, it's...
Wait. Oh, shit. Fuck. That's weird. I don't know why it's not triggering. One sec.
Well, didn't you turn it off for a second?
Oh, I did pause it. Okay. All the TTSs are shit. They're just a reminder, guys.
Conscious Militant said, stand up for women rights. Women rights. That's funny. I didn't say anything about women's rights. I'm talking about men's rights.
Guys, TTSs and chats, we're just going to pause it just to kind of get through some of this stuff, and then I'll open it back up in a little bit. Okay, so Nick, have it? Go ahead.
Like, we're here to take you down.
You can pause it. What do you mean by you're here to take him down? Like, is that your goal? You want to take Walter down?
Yes.
Why?
Because he hurt me.
Okay, maybe that, like, let's just say that, you know, take your word for it and that he did hurt you. I don't doubt you there. Do you think it's, like, do you see yourself just moving on from this?
What do you mean?
Like, y'all could just drop it. Just move on with your lives.
I did. That's why I chose, in the end, to take the bill.
No, I don't mean that. I mean just like this ongoing conflict with them.
Should I move on, you mean?
No, I mean, have you considered that?
Yes, I am moving on with my life, and.
But you said you're pursuing a lawsuit against him.
Yes, he still need to get what he deserves.
And to be clear, you're doing a defamation lawsuit.
Yeah.
And then also it's a coercion. It's intentional. I believe it's, well, I don't know what you're specifically going for, but intentional infliction of emotional distress, something like that.
Yeah, and he could have bring me a serious STD.
But he didn't. So what are your damages?
Yeah, damages.
I don't think you can sue somebody for what they could have potentially done to you.
Yeah.
So he didn't give you an STD?
He did.
Oh.
Oh, I'm fine right now. He gave me ultra infection.
Oh my God.
What?
A UTI.
UTI.
Oh well, you can hold on, but
But you can get
you can get a,
holding in your pee too long.
I don't think
That's a reach. This is what they do. They reaching. He's basically making her aware that she doesn't have a case. And she's reaching for anything. And she's a idiot because she's out here about to just let the whole world know that she got scratchy vagina. Like, Ben Hur, shout out to Ben Hur. He said, NGE, do you think the two groupies will share another man, or will they start dating their friend zone? I can tell you they won't do. They damn sure won't be dating in that friend zone. Whoever's in the friend zone is on ice. That dude more dead than the baby that was never here. But they already share. They gonna share. They still sharing. Most women share. I mean, that. We'll talk about that a little bit later about how much women actually do share. Yeah, most women share their man, whether they realize it or not. A lot of women are out here sharing because if you think about it, we have what's called the loneliness epidemic. We got the men that are 30 years old, never had any intercourse, 30-year-old virgins. That's because women are sharing. They're sharing the same guy. It's going back hundreds of years. Women are sharing the same guy. So yeah, they currently sharing. They probably always shared. And they're telling you right out their mouth that, yeah, we're sharing. We don't mind sharing. Even Daisy said it in the beginning that she doesn't mind sharing. So yeah.
A UTI isn't necessarily sexual.
Okay, fine. Then.
But so you intend to sue him? You intend to sue him for a UTI?
No, not just this.
Okay. Well, no, I know there's other things, but I'm asking why you are planning to sue him. But
why shouldn't I? Like they are defaming me and putting slander on me.
Playboy Donnan said, but he ain't no damn lawyer though. That's facts. He's not a lawyer. And a lawyer will take whatever case if they think they can win or not. They'll take your money. I've dealt with lawyers before, and I can tell you that they will take whatever you're willing to pay them for. Whether you're gonna win or not, they gonna get paid. So you can sue somebody for anything. You can sue somebody because they looked at you the wrong way. It's all a matter of if you're gonna win or not. And what he's trying to do is he's trying to prove to her that she doesn't have a solid case to be able to win. Walter's not going to sit there and just let her sue. Like, he's got money. He's got, again, Myron and everybody else is going to be in his ear. He's got actual lawyers that deal with men in his industry that would love to turn around and counter sue her, if anything. Like, she doesn't have a solid case. What she should be suing for is defamation, saying that she was an escort. That's what she should be suing for. Then that puts it on Walter to try to prove that she's out here escorting. You see what I mean? But she knows she probably is. That's why she ain't talking about that. Because she's really stupid. I hate to say it, but she's really stupid.
Why shouldn't I? Like, everybody's calling me.
Who's they? Like them?
His partner, Myron. So,
what's the main thing that they're accusing you of that you find defamatory?
They call me an professional escort.
An escort, okay.
Yeah.
And you have no history of escorting?
No.
Okay. Because they did release a video, which that's not you though,
yeah,
correct? Okay.
I addressed that already,
sure.
which is also why I'm working with my lawyer.
Okay.
And they ruined my reputation. And I lost a lot.
You have damages?
Yes.
Okay.
And they also call me a thief, which I am not. I've never stolen from anybody.
You're filing this lawsuit in New York, is that correct?
I think so, yeah. Because my lawyers are in New York.
Did you do any venue shopping? Because New York actually has fairly strong... it's a good state, is my understanding, to be a plaintiff in a defamation case. Yes. When it comes to being, like, if you're in New York, I think...
What do you mean? You're saying that's difficult to do it?
No, I'm saying that's probably one of the best states if you're a plaintiff in a defamation case. Yeah. But I'm just curious why you didn't, given that he lives in Florida, you were in Florida when...
I don't know any lawyer in Florida.
It just seems like venue shopping a little bit. Like you chose the best state to file a defamation lawsuit.
I was in New York when I dealt with...
Or you haven't filed it yet, correct?
Not yet.
But
I'll still give it a shot. Yeah.
But 100% you are intending.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll try to get through all this. Because I know Andrew's got a bunch of questions, so I'll try to get through this as quick as I can.
She don't want to smoke with Andrew.
Okay. You said at 38 minutes that you hid the time that you had your abortion. So there was a period of time while there was this like kind of, it was going viral on the internet.
Yeah, I didn't hide it.
But you said you hid your abortion.
There's difference between secret and lie. I did not lie. I just didn't tell anybody. I got it down. I didn't tell anybody on public until when I was drinking a glass of wine in Miami. Mm-hmm. And they called me out. They were like, "You're pregnant." I still didn't want to explain.
Right? Didn't you make a post where you were like, "Oh, it's okay to drink a little bit even if you're pregnant"?
Yeah.
But at that time, you weren't even pregnant at all.
Yes, I was just trying to educate these people. Like, it's okay to have one glass of wine.
Well, at that point you were still. But at that point, were you still intending to carry on as if you, at least publicly, that you were still pregnant?
No, the hell it ain't. Fellas, now I don't know. Is that okay? Can a pregnant woman have a glass of wine? Because from what I remember, you're not supposed to drink none of that. Jim Lambert says it was more than a glass of wine. Rosetta says it's never okay. He said, ask Chris Shine. You damn right. I mean, did she just get on here and tell another lie and spread some misinformation? Because I've been around pregnant women my whole life, sisters, aunts, all kind of stuff. And all of them stayed completely away from alcohol. I've never seen a pregnant woman in person take a glass of wine. I've not seen it in person. So I can't confirm if what she was saying is true or not, but it's from the women in my family. They was like, hell no.
I was going to tell them anyway.
Okay.
So I scheduled the podcast the show with Duke the Down. So I was going to tell them like later on, but I just wanted my vacation, like a little vacation.
Okay. Yeah, fetal alcohol
Nick,
syndrome.
can you go to 5425?
Never smoke or drink while pregnant. Facts.
Let me know when you have it in the video. And just a reminder, guys, we are taking a pause on all the chats and the TTSs just while we get through this segment. Go ahead, Nick.
Somebody help! They won't take their underwear off.
Like until I take you guys down, like I'm not gonna shut up.
Okay.
Like Tree told me to shut up.
You can pause. I'm just like, so what? I think I might have already asked this, but what prompted you to decide to like leak all this, go public?
That's my revenge. To be honest, he hurt me. I want to hurt him. That's all.
I'm just curious though, like, because I mean.
Wait, did you say revenge?
Yes.
That you did this out of revenge?
Everybody knows. Everybody knows. They didn't like the fact I leaked the message. Nobody agreed with.
Case closed. Right there. Right there, fellas. The case is closed. As soon as you admit that you're doing something out of revenge, your case is thrown out. And they just got that to admit it. You'll see Andrew really trying to get her to say it over and over and over again. They just played good cop, bad cop with this very not smart woman. Very not smart. Case closed. When you are admitting on camera that I'm doing something to somebody for revenge, every judge worth their salt, toss out your case. Case closed. Case dismissed. It's over with. W Fresh at this point, she opened her mouth so long. Long enough for her to get rid of everything she has going. If she had, I bet her lawyers, I know they probably just rolling their eyes. They're not swinging at the herb because they knew they wasn't going to get nothing in the first place, but they probably just rolling their eyes thinking this is the dumbest. I know that she's going to be a conversation over that dang late night dinner with the colleagues. She has to be. This has to be one of the dumbest women possible. This has to be one of the dumbest women possible. How did you not know that? How do you... dang it.
This, but I still do it. I'm not regretting it. It's because when somebody tried to hurt me, and actually they did, and they don't think about the consequence after. And am I letting them just move on like that? Like, they're never gonna learn a lesson if they don't. If I didn't do anything actually that's gonna damage them. So you can go ahead and judge me for being whatever.
Well, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying the public.
Yeah,
I really didn't mind. They can.
But the motivation,
they can hate
you
me.
think that the primary motivation that you had was vengeance? You wanted to kind of hit back.
First, revenge, because he hurt me, so I want to hurt him.
Andrew's smart as hell.
Second, because I wanted to warn other women as well. Because there is a lot of message that I've been getting that.
When you say he hurt you, what precisely did he do? He broke up with you?
No, he made me pregnant, and he didn't want to take the accountability.
But okay, I
don't.
Does him getting you pregnant, was that him hurting you?
He said she just admitted it's a frivolous lawsuit.
Didn't want me to keep the baby. That's hurt.
Full idiot.
That hurts.
Was he telling you he didn't want to have a baby?
You just heard the voice.
I did.
You heard exactly what he said. Go take a pill. He didn't even say, "Oh, come to Florida, come to Miami. I'm gonna go to the hospital with you." If we broke up already. We can't keep the kid. He can just say anything that's nice. All of a sudden he switched from somebody that's nice, charming, to somebody that's I'm just a stranger. Deal with yourself. That's how I get it. That's how fuming I was.
Yeah, and he deserved to be punished for that, right?
Thanks for that. Yeah.
So I'm just.
Yeah, he did, right? He deserved to be punished. He deserved for you to punish him for doing that horrible thing to you, right?
Well, I didn't expect that from you, but thank you.
Oh my God.
Okay, but he did, right? Didn't he?
She just thanked him.
Yeah, didn't he? Didn't he deserve to? He deserved it, right?
He did.
Yeah. So he needed to be punished, didn't he?
Yes. Is he really punished? I don't know.
Yeah. Because he still needs to be punished, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to see him in jail or
Yes.
Andrew is a savage, boy. Andrew is
jail?
Savage.
Yes.
Straight to jail.
Andrew's wrong for this.
Straight to jail.
Yes.
So you think
for for knocking you up?
For making me pregnant, for making other women pregnant, for giving other women STD while knowing he sleep with multiple women without protection.
She can't be this.
Okay.
She can't be this stupid.
Maddie, go fix that, please. Oh, I think they might have it. Just double check. Sorry, guys. Welcome to the Whatever Podcast.
Just trying to calm down right now.
Production quality is fantastic. Wait, hold on. It's good? All right. Oh, that's what felt.
Yeah.
At least from how it looks.
Maybe, yeah.
I think whether it was leaked or not, he was still going to tell her to abort it, and that's still going to cause stress.
Yes.
But she says, and
I was already very stressed when he told me he didn't want the kid.
Sure.
In the beginning, I gave him 4 days to think about it. Nothing happened. He never replied my message after all.
But just myself being involved with, being out there publicly doing a podcast, and it can be very stressful getting, I don't know if you've got any death threats. I've had death threats. I've had nasty messages. And then you have people lying about you. You have people saying nasty things about you.
A lot.
I don't suspect any of that would have occurred if this had been kept private. And so it just seems like
that's because
I'm not saying Fresh was perfect, but it does seem in terms of making this whole thing public, they obviously responded to you. But you once you opened that door, you sort of opened Pandora's box and kind of, you went public. He's going to obviously respond publicly.
Yeah, okay, fine. You make sense.
Okay.
That's a good question, man. Do y'all think that she did more damage to herself, or do you think that she did more damage to Walter, to Fresh? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think she did more damage to herself, or put a 2 in the chat if y'all think she did more damage to Walter. Because I want to talk about that real quick. Cause y'all might, I actually have a stance that y'all might not expect me to go when it comes to that. I see one for now. So this 304, let them hit it raw. She got caught in the feelings and baby all that at the same time. Women love toxic men. All right, so it seems like the general consensus is ones. I don't see a two. I'm going to be honest. I actually think she did more damage to Walter, man. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Because she's a nobody. She's a whole bimbo. Like, nobody cares about her. She ain't got no motion. Walter had motion. Like, even though he was kind of the geriatric version of Fresh and Fit, he still had motion. He still could command some type of respect as one of the figureheads in the manosphere. Now he doesn't. Like, are you really going to take Walter's advice on dang near anything when it comes to the dynamics between men and women? Like, we'll forget about her in a few months. Whenever she disappears off the internet, we'll forget about her. But Walter's going to stay on the Fresh and Fit podcast, and this is going to haunt him quintessentially forever. I don't see how he could live this down. You see what I mean? That's why I think she actually did do more damage to him. Like, yeah, she's running herself through the mud now and walking around with a clown mask on. But what did you really expect? She's a bimbo. Like, do you really expect anything out of this woman? I don't. I don't expect this woman to be anything more than what she is. A possible escort, a liar, possible liar, and a bimbo. Like, I don't expect nothing more. I don't expect content out of her. I expect booty content. Or look at my body, look at my face, look at this, something to the effect of sexual nature. I don't expect her to actually give anything of value to the world where Walter reports himself as a man that delivers value to other men. I don't think that men values Walter's opinion no more. Like, if Walter tried to come up with some type of course on how to do this and how to do that, who's buying it? Like, his reputation actually is hurt. And for anybody to have a defamation claim, she should have been trying to sue for calling an escort, not none of this my feelings was hurt type stuff. Because that would have been hard to prove if he doesn't have full-on video with her face in it of her being an escort. He would have had to come out and prove that.
At a minute...
I'm taking the consequence from my behavior.
And in that video, an hour and 5 minutes in, you were speaking about Abba Atlas.
Yeah.
Me and him, we're actually related because we share the last name.
Shout out Abba and Preach. Oh, snap. Okay, we got the Malik Kwali, $5 super chat. She just added more trash to his name. People were already looking at him sideways. Facts. All the way facts. All the way facts. Hey, man, I appreciate you, Malik, man. When I get some more stream stuff going on, right now we got a little struggle stream going on, you know? So, but when I get some more stream stuff, I'll probably invest in trying to get, like, I have a little setup here where I can get some sounds, all kind of stuff to make the stream a little bit more fun. It's like a little struggle stream, first stream, trying to just figure it out. But I appreciate you, brother. I see you in my video comments and everything. I appreciate your continued support of the channel. I thank you. Thank you a lot. But yes, people were definitely just looking at Fresh like he was just kind of that guy. Like, we was already making fun of him for a lot of different other reasons. But this right here, I do believe, is still way more damaging to the longevity of his career. Like, people can grow, you know, like my streams right now, it's a struggle stream, but it'll grow and get better. You see what I mean? So when he grows, this will still follow him. He will still be known as the dude that shoots up the clubs of 304s, hitting them raw and having a whole pregnancy scare. And it also says something about how many women he's actually slept with. Because if he slept with 1,000 women, there'd be way more females coming out about this. If he's practicing this type of action while sleeping with women with no condom, come on now. Like, how many of us got kids? right? We didn't have to sleep with 1,000 or even 100 women to end up with kids if you keep busting up inside of them. So come on, if he's gonna bust inside, probably let's just say half of that 1,000, right? If he busted inside 500, he would have kids every which way. He'd been in the modern day Genghis Khan without them kids he got. Like nobody's believing Fresh with that 1,000. Like now we know that he's a liar. Now we know that he's a clout chaser. Now we know that he's unreliable. Now that makes it to where he can't sell the programs and the books and all the other stuff that he was probably looking to sell.
Apparently.
Abba?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not. I'm not really. We have the same last name, but we're not related. You were upset that he betrayed you by leaking DMs.
Yeah.
Isn't that precisely what you did to Walter?
Yeah. That's
you
different.
leaked a phone call.
That's different though, because
well, how's it different?
Abba and I, we don't like. I didn't hurt him like or anything like.
Let me get through these messages. DP said, Fresh and Fit are emotionally fragile clowns. It's not too hard to damage them. Abba and Preach have been trolling the hell out of them. That is facts upon top of facts. Abba and Preach, especially Abba. Like Preach is kind of like whatever, but Abba, oh man. And come on, man. Who wanted this baby to be real? Like deep down. Like put a one in the chat if you kind of wish that she was pregnant and would have kept it. Because if she was pregnant and would have kept it and that baby turned out to be named Abba, oh my God, that would have been too funny, my God. That would have been too funny. That'd have been the coldest. Oh my goodness. That's why I don't believe that she was ever pregnant, because if there was ever a reason to get him to act right, that was it. That was it. Nobody wants to walk around with that level of embarrassment. I don't care, man. That's the worst. Your whole enemy got, oh my God. That's why I don't think that she was pregnant. Big Chris says, I sue because my feelings hurt. Yep. Lynn, shout out Lynn. Welcome to the chat. Honestly, how many men would turn her down? 30%? That's a good question. I don't know. I probably would turn her down because I don't like 304s and I don't hang out in clubs or nothing like that. So I don't see how I would want to be Ultimate B13 NGE streaming. Let's go. Let's go. Ultimate. Let's go. Yeah, we on stream, bro. We're going to try to get the streams up a lot more, man, so I can develop more of a community, get you guys talk directly to you guys. I've always, wanted to do it. I didn't hit my first year on the 8th of making videos on YouTube. So I said, like, this year, let's do something new. Let's start streaming now. Let's get the videos coming and the streams. You know what I mean? He says, Ikene, Fresh and Fit views are already following. Shout out to Ikene. Welcome to the chat stream. Dark Neji. Kind of like Drake and having Ghost Riders that stay in his whole career. I see what you mean. Yeah, that will stay in your whole career, bro. Like, Drake is having it now. That whole Kendrick and Drake. We'll talk about that a little later, too. Roadblock. Shout out Roadblock. He says, she was never pregnant. If she was, she's one of the lowest quality people on TG internet. You don't play games with real life like that. Facts. Is that a green screen or do you have an actual studio? Reload her up, guy. No, it's no green screen. Oh, hold on. Hold up, fellas. I think my camera turned off. Hey, fellas, can y'all still see me on the camera? Let me know if y'all can still see me, because from my point, it seems like the camera turned off. Damn. Yeah. Let me see if I can fix that without closing. If I end up having to close, I'll restart the stream, because I don't know why it does that. Probably would have to refresh the stream. I don't know how to do that either. Damn it. All right, give me 1 second, fellas. Give me 1 second. See if I can get this camera back on. If it closes the stream, then I'll just restream and then we'll pick up where we left off, because I don't know how to get it back on without closing the stream. That's something I'll just probably have to look up later. Hold on, let me try this real quick. I'm gonna let it play while I try to figure it out.
Didn't hurt who?
Abba. Like, I didn't do anything bad to him. Like, he didn't have to leak this message. The reason why he did it, because he probably want to show off, you know, or he wants to, like, because he hates Fresh and Fit. So, like, that's going to make him look good. Okay, your ex-girlfriend actually hate on me, stuff like that. And he actually, he had like a huge, he almost hit 1 million review after he did an interview with me. Like, he's the benefit. He get all the benefits after the interview. Like, he didn't have to leak the private message. Like, that was
But
just like...
that's what that's precisely what you did to Walter. And you didn't, well, you went beyond just leaking DMs. You also leaked, you recorded a phone call and leaked the phone call.
Yeah. But Abba didn't have to, because I wasn't in a relationship with Abba.
Sure.
We were just cooperating. Like, why do you have to leak this
There's
message?
a different
and he
difference.
doesn't have to. Like, he's a big YouTuber. Like, that just shows him that I really had my respect for him. That's why I was very honest with him. He by the way, he knew that I was getting an abortion. I told him early.
Oh, so he didn't.
So he acted like, oh, I'm surprised. I didn't know she was getting an abortion. He knows everything in the beginning. I treated him like a friend.
You felt betrayed though, by Abba.
And for no reason, he wants what he wants.
And
he
you
wants
feel
more
like,
reviews?
so you feel like you
and when people betray you, right?
Yeah.
That you should be able to go after them, don't you think? I think so. Don't you think you should be able to go after people hard who betray you?
Yeah.
And do horrible things to you? Don't you feel like that?
Yeah.
So think about how you feel about what Abba did to you.
Yeah.
Would it be fair to say that that's how Walter feels about what you did to him times 100?
What I do to him to cost him?
Well, in terms of like,
it didn't cost him anything.
in terms of the leaking the private, because Abba, he leaked the private DMs between you and him.
Yeah.
You leaked these phone calls, text messages, etc. That's probably the way that you feel about that.
Yeah.
Is how Walter feels about what your leaks, but probably way worse, because I mean there was more leaks. It was much more impactful. And also you said that you feel like you didn't do anything wrong to Abba, correct?
Yeah, I don't think I did anything wrong, because that was...
What if I told you that maybe Walter feels that way? That he feels he didn't do anything wrong?
He didn't do anything wrong by
Well, I don't know, but maybe he feels that way.
All right, fellas. If the stream ends, I'm going to try to reset the camera, but I don't really know how without stopping the stream. So if it ends, look for me. I'll still be streaming all the way. But I just want y'all to know that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to fix this OBS. But before I go, shout out to Big Zilla, the City Thriller. I figured whatever would have on her on sooner or later. Hell yeah, she would. But yeah, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, fellas. Let me try to restart this. Can you guys hear me? Am I back? All right, we back. We back up. All right, cool.
But that's not true, right?
I don't know precisely what.
That's not true.
the truth
Everybody
is.
knows that's not true.
Well, you said it seems like your main quarrel.
Y'all, I got my boyfriend this new groin and body hair trimmer from Manscaped. Let's check it out. It's the lawnmower.
Is that he got you pregnant? It's not clear to me though if that is enough pretext to get revenge.
It's that it's okay. He can just be honest with me. Like, he didn't have to play all this game to make me pregnant and dump him and didn't want the kid, you know? That's like something very serious for me. Like, I really wanted the kid.
Okay.
That's like something you wished for a long time. Then you couldn't have it. You know what I mean? That's like, that makes me suffer a lot. That's why I have
and he
so
took
much.
And he took that away from you.
That's why I have so much hate. That's why I did this.
Yeah.
I've never done this. I swear, I've never done this to anyone in my life.
Done
Right.
what?
People
But,
have hurt me in the past.
Just the fact he took that away from you, I mean, how could you even help yourself but go after him like this, right?
I don't know what you're trying to say, but
Well, I'm just saying.
I did
I'm
what
just
I
saying,
did.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying, like you said, you've never done this to anybody. You've never felt hatred like this.
I've never.
And that's never.
Andrew
I mean,
didn't have to
because he took
snitch
this away
herself
from
all
you.
the way out.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, he deserves everything that's coming to him and then some, doesn't he?
Moving on in the video, at the 1:12:50 mark in that video, I think you were talking about Noelle. You said that Noelle, she's a victim because he slept with her without a condom and nutted in her without telling her. Okay. But you said you don't view yourself as a victim, right?
Not necessarily. Like, I did consent to have sex with him, and I did go through with having sex without a condom.
Case
but I-
closed.
And you consented to that, just to be
without
clear.
a condom, yes. But prior, I told him I don't want children out of wedlock. Don't.
Okay, sure.
I wanted
Case
him to use a
closed.
condom at first,
Right.
but in that moment, it just didn't happen. But you don't just go and nut in someone like without their permission. Like, imagine
This guy's a gambler. He's just playing Russian roulette.
Imagine you're
whatever the
having
hell he
sex
wants
with
to if you- as long
someone.
as you
Imagine
good
you're
with
having
it.
sex with someone. They just punch you in the face.
Whoa.
And then they say, "Oh,
Some
I'm
girls are
sorry."
into that,
Yeah,
though.
and then they say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm into BDSM."
Just saying.
At that point, it's assault because you didn't talk about that prior.
Yeah, you probably
Yeah.
should.
So
have
we
talked
talked about
that.
it prior.
You talked about prior. Yeah.
Yes, and you would.
Woo, you see her trying to make up a law? Did anybody catch that? She said that it's assault if you do something that's to be expected in intercourse. Now, I know she was using an example of being punched, but what she's implying is if you, okay, so in intercourse, it's expected to reach orgasm, okay? Like, everybody knows that that's expected. That's why you're having the intercourse in the first place. So it's an expected reaction that your body's gonna take to the intercourse. If a dude is going in you with no condom, what do you expect to happen? What do you expect to happen? Him to pull out? That's not a reasonable expectation. Pulling out is not a reasonable expectation. It's actually not a reasonable expectation. And the reason why it's not reasonable is because nobody would tell you that that's a real form of birth control. And no doctor worth their salt is going to say, oh, just pull out. Don't use a condom, just pull out. It's not reasonable. Even if he did pull out, there's pre-ejaculate, there's all kind of stuff. You can still get pregnant. That's where a lot of these pregnancy scares come from. Dudes thinking they didn't pull out in time. It's not reasonable. What is reasonable is the expectation of pregnancy and or getting cummed in. Like, what the hell is wrong with these women?
I think he would get. Yeah, I probably should knock this girl up.
I'll get to that in a little bit here, but at the 1:17:50 mark, you said, don't let a man take advantage of you. I think that's you, Daisy. You said, don't let a man take advantage of you. Do you feel that Fresh took advantage of you?
Yes.
I'm just curious how.
Because he wasn't really planning a future with me, but he told me he was. So that got me fooled. So I decided to have a kid with this person. He was.
So he was a good talker.
Yeah.
He would just say stuff to you guys.
And
that
he made me feel like he was serious. I'm telling you, I have a lot of dating experience. But this man, he's very good. He was like, even like before a week he broke up with me, he was like, oh, I'm planning a long term. I'm gonna get us a house. What if you get pregnant?
Okay.
Fellas, this woman is 29 years old. Fresh is over here using the same game that we used back when we was 17 and 16 trying to get a girl to drop draws. Oh, I love you. Oh, I'm planning the future. Oh yeah, I want to be with you only. I'm not talking to nobody. Come on, cuz. Like, are you mean to tell me that you made it to 29 and you fell in for the same junior high school type crap? How many people believe that Fresh even told her all that? Because I do. I believe he did. I believe that Fresh knew full well that he was dealing with some idiot bimbo. Like, this is crazy. I'm trying to be on her side to a little bit. I'm trying to kind of understand where she's coming from a little bit, but I can't. Like, I'm losing my IQ. I'm losing my brain cells listening to this woman, trying to get in her head of logic. I'm trying my best. I really am. Like, how do you make it to 29? How? How do you make it to 29 and you are believing the you're the only one lie? Who does that at 29? Somebody that's on a spectrum, that's who. She should be suing. She should be saying, hey, I'm not all the way there. He took advantage of me because I'm on a spectrum. I have a spectrum. This woman is talking about, I'm 29 and I believed in love. This is my first time being in love and I believed everything. He was so charming, even though I met him in a club and he has a nice car and he gets on Fresh and Fit where there's a lot of other women and other bimbos and he's also a playboy. And I knew that he was a playboy, by the way. I knew that. Let's not leave out that little detail. And I'm a Buddhist and we love everybody and we don't kill anything. And it's murder, but it's not murder if he tells me to do it. This woman is a lunatic. She's an absolute lunatic. This is not a level 99 Jezebel. This is a level 2 Jezebel. She's level 2. She's not even level 99. This is level 2. You can do the Mario jumping. She's like a Goomba. You just jump on a dang head. Fresh got her to drop the dang draws by using game that we was using in high school. That's not fair. He took advantage of a woman that will not admit that she's on a spectrum because she probably doesn't know that she's on a spectrum. But if she was on a spectrum, we could forgive her. Oh, bless her heart, right? Like we say in the South, bless her heart. She's on a spectrum. She needs a helmet. She needs to walk around with a damn helmet on. I'm tired of women like this. Walk around with a helmet on. If you that damn stupid, you are so dangerous to yourself. She thought that coming on to the internet and exposing this was somehow not gonna be collateral damage to herself. She looks more almost got me to say it, boy. It was that close. It was that close, chat. Well, she almost got me to say it, man. I was right there. She almost got me bent. Yeah, boy, I'm trying to tell you. Like, this woman is not smart. Okay, like this is not the. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop because I almost.
So you feel like he was like leading you on?
Yeah. I am okay. Just like anybody, just tell me. Like, I don't want a relationship. I don't want to have kids. Even though before him, I was single for a while. I was okay.
Wait, one question. So you said you guys were in love, right?
Yes.
How soon after meeting him did you say I love you?
That's before I went back to China.
So how long would you say you had been dating before?
Like 2 months.
2 months, okay.
Yeah. And that's after I met his mother.
It takes me like 3 years to say that shit.
It's quick. It's because he said his
mother.
You met the mom? The moms?
Yeah, multiple times. He took me to his country, Barbados, to his mother and his entire family. So, I don't know what that means. I've never
Daisy,
seen any.
What were you looking for out of him? Like, if he stepped up, like, financially and he told you, I don't want the baby, but I will take care of you. I'll take care of the baby financial needs. Would that have changed the outcome of your abortion?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
like, if the father is there and the father is a good guy and he provides
Yeah.
So you just wanted someone to provide.
Not financially, not necessarily just financially. I mean, financially and physically and like emotionally to the kid.
Yeah.
Because the kid deserves both parenthood. Because I didn't have it when I was young. My mom left me when I was 10.
Yeah.
So it's just,
but my question is that if he told you, you know, I don't want to be part of the baby's life, but I will take care of you guys financially, you and the baby, and you know,
that's not okay.
No.
Okay. Couple more things. So, I guess I'm just curious. Like, so why try to expose him? Like, because it seemed like you were trying to paint him like, I don't know, as a hypocrite or a deadbeat or not a Christian man because he wanted an abortion. But it seems very clear that, at least from kind of the conversation we've had and from some of the stuff that's, you know, been talked about on the internet, like it seems like you had no intention of actually keeping the baby. Is that fair to say?
I had intention when I called him.
Okay.
And even though when things happened, I still wasn't like sure. I was like going back and forth, thinking what to do. Like
you were on the
decide.
fence.
Only like, I think. Actually, I went to the parenthood twice. First time when I tried to get rid of it, I didn't. I left.
Right.
I was crying. I didn't.
Okay.
And I did it. I went back the second time.
But so,
can I ask just briefly?
Yeah.
I was just curious if I could get some clarification. Have you ever taken Plan B or any contraception of any kind before?
No, we don't have this. We have like an emergency pill. If someone like
in China?
Yeah. But we don't have birth control like that. We have.
Yeah. Have you ever taken that emergency pill before?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, before all this.
Not with Walter, yeah, but if.
No, I know, but in China, you've taken it before.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. How does that one work? You have to wait till you're pregnant and then you take it.
Or you take it like the morning after.
I can take within 48 hours.
Wait, so Andrew, I think when it comes to the plan with the
definite Andrew Curry all day, shooting all day, threes, landing them all day. Look at her eyes right now. She knows she can't stand it when he talk, because as soon as Andrew say something, she's caught. The moment I think Andrew's only asked her like 3 questions up to this point, and every single time shut down. He ain't even doing a whole lot of talking. Brian's interviewing her, throwing her soft layups, telling everybody to sit down. And Andrew's coming in like threes all day, all day long. He just exposed that this chick was getting busted in plenty times before. Just like I said at the beginning of the stream, you're not special. These women, you're not special. If she letting you bust inside, everybody else is busting inside too. This ain't the first time this happened to her. So she's over here talking about all this emotion. No, I don't kill the baby. I'm Buddhist. We don't kill. Why would I take the pill? Remember with the phone call, he was saying, just take the pill. Just take the pill. It's not a big deal. She's just admitted, thanks to Andrew coming through with the level 99 paladin gear. Andrew's a level 99 paladin with the holy sword. He got the draconian gear with the holy sword. And he came through and got this woman to straight up admit that with the last guys, she's taken it plenty times before. But with Fresh, oh, I love him. I thought he's special. He let me meet his mama and all this other in Barbados. I'm 29. This is the first time I've ever been in love. First time I ever wanted a baby. Because I'm old. I don't kill a baby. No, I kill no one. We don't do that. It's Buddhism. Don't make me kill the baby. I don't want to kill the baby. I don't want to kill nobody. Nothing. But I've taken it before. Andrew is that guy.
Plan B pill. It's possible that you can take that pill prior to conception.
Sure. That's why I'm asking about this specific pill she's talking about. I'm just wondering,
right?
Do you have to conceive, or how does that pill in China, the emergency pill, work?
So after the intimacy, you can take it within 72 hours. That's the maximum time.
Okay, and you have taken those pills before, right?
I had, yeah, because.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait.
My bad, y'all. Hold on. So she just got through admitting that she took the pill plenty times before. She just sat there and admitted, blew herself up by taking the pill before. I'm going to skip ahead to these coercion laws that this woman is talking about.
Sure.
Coercion for abortion is actually illegal in all 50 states. There is laws against this.
Well, when you say coercion, what do you mean precisely?
That means intimidating somebody, threatening them online, embarrassing them. You could look all of this up online.
Okay, let me look it up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
coercion,
to respond to this, I actually would agree that coercion to make somebody do anything, regardless of what it is, would be a crime in all 50 states, not just abortion, right?
Like, if you're a man and you're going to knock someone up, the best bet is to just not tell them to abort it and let them make the decision for themselves instead of telling them, oh, I can't afford it, or, oh,
yeah,
if you
sure,
don't do this.
but to my point, if you don't mind responding to my point, coercion for anything would be illegal in all 50 states, correct?
Yeah.
So it's not specific to abortion, it's specific to anything which you utilize coercion, which is why coercion is such a specific term. Usually coercion has some type of implicit threat of violence or something like this.
Facts.
I mean, surely neither of you ever felt like you were physically threatened by Walter, right? Like you certainly didn't feel threatened.
By his partner, yes.
You felt physically threatened by Walter?
Yeah, not Walter, but I believe
not Walter.
I believe Myron represents Walter because he was silent, and Myron was saying that he wished he's a woman so he can punch me in the face, he can beat me up, and all that. Like on public he said that many
times. But you
times.
just said, hang on, but you just said that you didn't feel any type of coercion from Walter. Like you didn't feel physically threatened from him. Neither of you felt physically threatened from Walter. I mean, I heard the call, and Walter said in the call, he said, well, what are you going to do about it? And he said, nothing. He said, nothing. I'm not going to do anything about it. That doesn't sound like a threat.
Is he a part of Fresh and Fit?
Well, sure. But if I was let's assume for a second that me and Brian were partners on whatever. We're not, but assume that we were. If Brian said bad things about you and I didn't say bad things about you, how would that be me coercing you? I don't understand. That wouldn't be me doing anything to you. So I'm just saying, if you didn't feel actually physically threatened in any way by Walter or either of you,
his company, who represent him, did.
I'm sorry. Say that again. I just want to make sure I heard it correctly.
His company.
Oh yeah. His company. But did his company ever physically threaten you, or?
Fresh and Fit represents Walter Weeks.
Well, no, wouldn't Walter represent Fresh and Fit?
And his lawyer told him to not say anything.
Shout out, James Sexton.
Have you noticed that she never answers that question because she knows she's caught? Every time Andrew says something, it's over with for this woman because she knows she's caught. You'll see her eyes. You see how she starts blinking. You see how she catch that little attitude because she has no story. Andrew's goal is to make her look the same fool that she's making herself look. He's just trying to hold a mirror up to a vampire. And again, vampires can't see their own reflection. That's what pisses them off the most. This succubus, failed succubus, level 3 vampire, level 2 Jezebel, level 99 bimbo is getting exposed by all of 3 questions.
Yeah, and then so he couldn't say anything, so he decided to let Myron to do everything. Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, but I mean, you would have to hold Myron responsible for that, right? But Walter himself, did either of you actually, I just want to make sure I'm clear on this. Did either of you ever actually feel threatened in any way, shape, or form physically from Walter?
No.
I didn't
No.
know.
No.
No, but neither of you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Facts.
Yeah,
No coercion.
and I pulled this up. So I mean, at least the initial definition here from Oxford Dictionary. I just typed this into Google. Coercion, the practice of persuading someone to do something by using force or threats.
Facts.
So is it your guys' position that he coerced either of you in any way?
They have a site, CAFA, the Center of Abortion something, but there's specific laws on abortion coercion.
And and I've looked that up, fellas, and that's fake. There's no specific laws on abortion coercion to the same degree that she's talking about in this video. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead because they're gonna do a breakdown of that. But what she's talking, the way she's explaining it is, she will say, well, if you just simply tell the girl that you want her to have an abortion and she doesn't want to, and you go ahead and do it, then that's coercion. No judge is going to prosecute for that. It's hearsay. All of what she's talking about is called hearsay, and hearsay is civil. You cannot prosecute for hearsay. You can't. You can't say, well, you said something and don't have any proof that they actually said it. So that you can't do it. You literally can't go to court and just say, well, they said that, and like, okay, where's your proof they said it? Well, it was a conversation we had. Sweetheart, you want me to lock him up? It's a civil case at best. It's a civil case at best. At best. You're not going to go to jail if you are finding yourself in a situation with a woman right now who's saying that, she's pregnant and you may object. You saying you want her to get rid of it. That's not coercion. Coercion, like I explained earlier, is physically threatening her or saying you're going to do something to her if she doesn't get the abortion. That's what they mean. And that can be done by family, meaning, let's say you have a daughter, like I do. You have a daughter, say your daughter say, well, I'm going to ostracize, I'm going to kick you out of the house if you don't get this abortion. I'm going to kick you out. That could be labeled as coercion because I can tangibly hurt someone. You see what I mean? By putting them out on the streets. Walter didn't do anything that would have been labeled coercion. So there's no even real reason to bring this up, but I'm going to skip ahead to where they explain it a little bit more.
Sure, both ways.
By your logic.
Both ways,
okay.
But it doesn't take away from the fact that it's not okay for men to try and tell women whether they can have a child or not.
Hold up, wait a minute. We got Jim Lambus with a $9.99 super chat. Appreciate it, bro. He says, I think coercion is coming more from the blonde chick for her to go after him. These women always have a friend who gives them bad advice. These pseudo lawyers. Facts on phone, facts upon more facts. So, like I said, going into trying to go after him, she doesn't have a case either. And them getting on this podcast, on camera, the lawyer is going to play, if they even try, Myron's lawyer is going to play this back to them where they're admitting that he did nothing wrong. They're admitting, what's the word? Consent. They're admitting consent to everything that they've done. They admit revenge. Andrew got them to admit consent, revenge, and a plot, which is premeditated, a plot to try to take them down. No judge, even in New York, where defamation cases fly the most, even in New York, they're not going to prosecute. You're going to lose your case once you say this is for revenge. You're going to lose your case. They're not victims. They were complicit in everything. They admit consent. They didn't accuse him of rape. They didn't accuse him of anything terrible. And coercion is not going to fly because they don't have any proof that he coerced them. She would have to provide some type of proof that she was threatened or put in a situation that could tangibly hurt her in order for her to get any money out of this. I hope they try to spin on a lawyer because the lawyer's going to make money off of them, and then they're going to turn around and be even more broke. It makes no sense.
I mean, I think in your worldview it is. I think in your worldview it is okay to even tell people that they can't cheat or men will throw them in jail, right? Let alone have an abortion. Don't you think within your worldview it's perfectly acceptable, in fact, for men to tell women whether or not they should be able to have an abortion?
No, I don't agree with that.
Wait, Andrew, do you mean within her worldview, men
saying you're not allowed to?
Yeah, men saying.
Yeah.
Hold on. Big Zilla, the city thriller, said, I wonder what happened to that GoFundMe she was trying for. She had a GoFundMe, my guy? Get all the way out of here. She had a GoFundMe? Oh, hell no. Oh, a GoFundMe for what? Bro, if you can find the GoFundMe link or anything like that, please send it to my email at ngenevergoodenough@gmail.com. Please send me that link. If she has a GoFundMe, bro, hell no. GoFundMe need to be shut down if she had a damn GoFundMe.
You shouldn't get an abortion.
How do those two correlate?
Well, you're a Christian,
Well, I'm just saying that you seem to adhere to kind of the idea that men can pass laws on behalf of what is moral or immoral. So the question here becomes, if this is really coercion, if the case here is this was coercive, and you admit that then it had to have been coercive both ways, how the hell do we determine who's right here?
In the case of Daisy's situation, or
Yeah, if it's coercive both ways, if it's vengeance for the sake of do this or else, how is that not coercion? I don't understand that.
We don't know that. Let judge decide, right?
I don't think.
Yeah, no, but I'm asking her directly because I want to hear her opinion.
I don't think anyone is right in this situation. I think he is very wrong to have deceived her and sell her the dream, and I don't think she necessarily should have taken this online.
Do you think she's wrong?
You see how women do that? He's very wrong, and I don't think that she should have, taken this online. Bro, I grew up in a household where if I'm arguing with my sister, my pops would used to tell me to shut up and then tell my sister to be quiet in the same sentence. Tell me to shut up and tell my sister to be quiet in the same sentence. So I understand this wall of lies that people like to play behind and this handling with kid gloves when it comes to women. She just demonstrated that right there. And they do this all the time. When you're not in their best interest, you're the problem, and she probably could have done better. You see what I mean? Like, I got to learn this at a very young age. This is what I'm going to be up against. This is the type of crap that I'm going to be up against.
Did wrong first.
Or filing a case.
Well, is coercion a first come, first serve, Daisy? Is it a who got to the coercion first is the one who's actually wrong? Or is it that two rights don't make a wrong, that even if somebody did coerce you, it's not okay to coerce them back, right?
He was coerced mentally. She was coerced to do something physical that has a detriment on her body.
Well, but hang on.
Here we go.
Couldn't coercion the opposite way, reputational slander, things like this, lead to men doing self-harm the same exact way that Daisy claims self-harm was done to her?
Facts. Fellas, wouldn't it be, by her definition, coercion? Let's say a girl leaves you and then you go off and you hurt yourself. By her logic, did that girl coerce you to do something wrong? Hey, baby, don't leave me. I love you. I don't care. I'm leaving. And then you go off and you hurt yourself because you have all this you went through all this mental trauma. Because when you get broken up with, you're going to get some mental trauma. And then a female popping up with a new dude on Instagram or whatever. Why is that not considered mental abuse? Why is that not considered coercion? In fact, let's talk about it like this. How many times have women threatened to leave men in relationships if they don't get your act together? If you don't do this, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave if you don't do that. Why isn't it not considered mental abuse when women blindside break up? When a woman wants to blindside break up with you, why is that not considered mental abuse? She wants to be in a relationship, basically manipulate your feelings by, oh, I'm not going to argue with him anymore. I'm just going to do what he wants. And then, you know, when we're having the greatest of times, that's when I'm going to leave. Why is that not considered mental abuse? Like these women want Fresh to suffer the consequences of being a butthole. That's really all he's guilty of, is being a butthole. But they want him to suffer the consequences legally. And you think that these women ain't gonna take your ass to court when they upset at you? If they willing to try to come up at a thin air with a legal ramification for your actions, do you really believe that these women will not take you to court if you really did have a kid with them? Fellas, pay attention. This is the most red pill that you gonna get right now. These women are proving to you that they would like to do the most destruction possible, even if it's unwarranted. Without it being warranted, they will do the most destruction possible to you. They want to take you to court. They will take your kids away. They will take your house. They will do anything they can to try to get back at you. They'll do anything they can to try to get back at you. Even though you didn't do anything wrong, they will Google, well, is this illegal? Is this illegal? Is that illegal? And then try to come up with a reason to try to get back at you. The best thing going, if you ain't knowing, is not dealing with women like this. And they can come in all shapes and sizes. They're not just Instagram model bimbos. 4s, 5s, and 6s act just like this. The average girl at your job, whether that be a corporate job all the way down to McDonald's or Walmart, your average girl thinks just like this when you piss her off. When you piss her off, this is what they tend to try to do to you. Not every woman, but a lot of them. They try to do this same thing to you, try to figure out what it was that you did that they can prosecute you for. Drag you to court. If you have a child right now, put a 1 in the chat. If your woman has either threatened you to go to court or has dragged you to court, let the fellas know. If your woman has threatened you or dragged you through some court case, let them know. Because is that not coercion? I need you to do this or I'm going to put you on child support. How many of us have heard that? You better do it like this. You better do this or I'll put you on child support. Like this is, don't get me started.
I don't really think that, what was he self-harmed into?
Well, the thing is that if you are coercing a person and it affects their mental illness on the other side, couldn't they easily commit the same type of self-harm that you're objecting to, that you're claiming here Daisy was subjected to? Wouldn't that be the same exact entailment of that the coercion led to her doing self-harm? Why would the coercion the other direction not lead to self-harm as well?
No, they didn't. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it didn't, but it could have, right?
The fact is, it didn't. If you say that, he could also have got her pregnant.
It could have,
right?
But it could. So the thing is like in your case,
let's just talk about the fact.
Hang on, in your case, it also didn't have to. You just did it, but it didn't have to. So if the coercion goes the other direction, then it also didn't have to lead to self-harm, but could.
Look at that face, y'all. Look at that face. Damn it, my camera went out again. Hold on, fellas. I'm about to restart. I got to fix that. Welcome to the struggle stream. I got to fix some bullshit.
But he did. Did he put her in a risk that she could be pregnant? Yes. Did he make me pregnant?
Wait,
yes.
Did she put herself also, Daisy, at risk of becoming pregnant?
No, she didn't, because...
She didn't put herself at risk of becoming pregnant?
I did.
Men have an equal amount of control for whether or not they open their legs for
now you're talking about women have
penis,
equality.
Right? Wait, say that again? I'm sorry.
So now you're
Sorry
talking
about
about
that,
women
fellas.
have equity?
No,
Which
I'm,
you
I'm
never
asking
agree
you
with.
if women have equal.
I think it's a setting on my camera where it may do that from time to time. So I'm gonna go through later on and try to make sure I can turn off all those auto off settings on my camera.
Responsibility for the action of sex.
We don't. Men are the
They
leader.
don't?
Yeah, we don't. Men are the leader,
don't.
right? Aren't we?
So wait a second. I just want to make sure I got this right.
We can't taking control.
So men led you to having sex with them unprotected, and it's their fault. You have no responsibility at all.
Pay attention, fellas.
Is that right?
I don't have responsibility if I wanted the baby. Like I would take the consequence.
Oh,
Like,
well,
I
are
don't
men
have
allowed to
the
tell you?
responsibilities.
I understand. So that's true. Men are leaders. So let me ask you this: should men be able to tell you that you can't have an abortion?
No.
Oh well, I thought they were the leaders 5 seconds ago.
W. Andrew. Throw W. Andrew in the chat. Throw W. Andrew in the chat. He just basically got her to prove or got her to admit what she just said was some BS. She said men are the leaders. They're the ones that take control. And then Andrew came back and said, well, should men, I agree, men are the leaders. But should those men be able to tell women to get an abortion? And then she turned around and said no. So how are men the leaders if they can't tell you what to do? Send it to the email, Big Zilla. Send that to the email, brother. NGE nevergoodenough@gmail.com. Send that to my email, man. I got to check that out. Definitely got to check that out. W. Andrew all day. Bro is killing her. He's grilling her.
Because you said men are the leader. That's what you guys are saying.
Those were your words.
That's
Men are the
what you
leaders,
guys
and
are
so
saying.
therefore, because they're the leaders, we have no way to take responsibility for sex. I just asked you if men should.
She just lied. Let's go back a little bit and see if we can catch it.
Not to have an abortion? Should he be able to? The leaders 5 seconds ago.
Because you said men are the leader.
My bad.
Guys, just can't understand.
Does a man put his penis inside of a vagina for babies to get made, Daisy?
But men
Is that how babies?
The men,
is that where
the men
babies come
taking
from?
control. The men take in control.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think that women have an equal amount of control for whether or not they open their
now
legs
you're talking
for
about
a
women have
penis,
equality.
Right? Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
So now you're talking about women have equality?
No,
Which you
I'm
never
asking
agree
you
with.
if women have equal responsibility for the action of sex.
We don't. Men are the
They
leader.
don't?
Yeah,
Men
we
are the
don't.
leader.
Men are the leader,
don't.
right? Aren't we?
So wait a second. I just want to make sure I got this right.
We can't taking control when.
See how that works,
men
fellas?
led you to having sex with them unprotected,
See how
and
that
it's their
works?
fault. You have no responsibility at all. Is
They
that
forget
right?
what they say. They forget what they say 1 minute after they say it. She just got through saying, oh, no. Don't try to make me hold accountability. Don't try to make me hold this L, Andrew. Don't throw L's, Andrew. Catching them on my forehead. Men are the leaders because I don't want to take accountability. And then when you realize you got caught in a logical trap, oh, no. Men shouldn't be able to tell us what to do. So which one is it, baby girl? I didn't say they were a leader. Oh, you didn't? But we're going to play it back. Men are dalitas. Men are dalitas.
I don't have responsibility if I
appreciate
wanted
that, Big
the
Zilla.
baby. Like I would take the consequence.
Oh,
Like
well,
I
are
don't
men allowed
have
to
the
tell you?
responsibilities.
I understand. So that's true. Men are leaders. So let me ask you this: should men be able to tell you that you can't have an abortion?
No.
Oh well, I thought they were the leaders 5 seconds ago.
Facts.
Because you said men are the leader. That's what you guys are saying.
Those were your words.
That's
Men are the
what you
leaders,
guys
and
are
so
saying.
therefore, because they're the leaders, we have no way to take responsibility for sex. I just asked you if men should be able to tell you if you can have an abortion. You say no.
So today,
yes, men shouldn't be able to, but he did it anyway.
Men shouldn't be able to do what?
He shouldn't be able to tell me to get an abortion, but he did it anyway.
Yeah, but can he tell you not to have an abortion? Should he be able to tell you that you're not allowed to?
No, he shouldn't.
No, he shouldn't be allowed to do that. So then men are not the leaders by your own worldview, because you're saying that women have autonomy over pregnancy, therefore they have autonomy and they're gatekeepers of sex, and that's that, Daisy.
I think you just don't understand that women cannot control when the man decided to come inside her. We cannot control that.
Can she control her legs opening and closing, Daisy?
That's a different thing. Coming inside a woman and open the
thing.
leg, there are different things.
Jesus Christ.
I think you're just playing the words because we understand.
But I mean, you were
Women
fine. You were
understand.
fine with it, right? Like him.
I was
coming
fine
in.
because I wanted the baby.
And he knew that she wanted the baby.
That's my point. That's my whole point. Why are you arguing with this, Andrew? You know he did wrong.
Sex isn't also just for reproduction.
let me ask you this: whether or not I think he did wrong.
You just don't want to admit that because you're the man. You want to stand in the red pill
we'll just
side.
assume that I think he did the wrongest thing on planet Earth. How does that get you off the hook for your responsibility that he did something bad?
It doesn't. I never.
It doesn't.
I admitted
Exactly.
that. I take the accountability.
Hang on. Am I here talking to him or am I here talking to you? So if
Did
I'm here
he
talking
take
to
the
you,
accountability?
hang on, Daisy. I'm almost done, and then I promise I'll give you the floor. If I'm here talking to you, you're the person who I'm talking to, who I'm discussing the
But
choices
are we here to
that
talk
were made
about both
with.
of
Hang
us?
on, I'm almost done. You're the person I'm talking to. He's not here. I'm happy to criticize him to his face like I am to you, but it doesn't get you off the hook for any wrongdoing
doesn't.
that you have done just because he may have done something wrong.
As I
Wait,
said,
Andrew, can you
I
center
admitted that, but so far he never admitted anything. Why don't you go talk to him?
Wow.
Yeah, because I'm talking right now to you.
And you're talking about both of our situations.
Yeah,
right?
but right now
why,
I'm just
why
talking
can't you
about
just
how
admit
you
it?
see the situation from your perspective. So this is how
Yes,
Daisy,
I have.
how does Daisy view this situation? Not how Fresh views it.
We're going to skip ahead.
Make it bigger. Up top. Scroll down just a tad. Okay, so hold on. No, scroll up just a bit. There. Forcing a woman to have an abortion, including minor, is illegal in all 50 states of the United States of America.
But read the disclaimer. This is intended as general legal information and education, not specific advice. Individual situations and state laws may vary. Contact a local attorney of your choosing for specific legal advice. Forcing a woman to have an abortion, including a minor, is illegal in all 50 states of the United States of America. The Justice Foundation Center Against Forced Abortions, CAFA, was created to provide educational resources to empower women who are being forced, unduly pressured, or coerced into an unwanted abortion. Any individual who attempts to use force or coercion can be subject to criminal or civil liability, including child abuse, fetal homicide, domestic partner violence, etc. If you or someone you know that's facing this situation would like more information, call 210-614-7157 or email that email. Okay? So, this is a group, a Justice Foundation, that is saying the Justice Foundation Center is created to provide educational resources to empower women. Educational resources. This is not laws. Educational resources to empower women, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So, how do you enforce something like this? And you want to know why they can't enforce it? Because they don't give a direct definition due to this disclaimer above. They need specific legal advice from attorneys. Now, yes, we all know that coercion in all 50 states is illegal regardless of the situation. This is just some propped up feminist website trying to add to the Duluth model in homes. Fellas, be very careful when dealing with the Western modern Jezebel. You need to be very careful and make sure that you understand the ins and outs of the Duluth model. Women tend to run you to court, and the lawyers, they don't know this. Most women don't know this. Lawyers are doing this for when women turn against you. And this is nothing more than something to make this empowerment or revenge that women want on you much stronger. All right? Women, they've already fixed this. We don't have any say-so in what a woman does with her body. That is the law. If we try to threaten and or force a woman to do something, that's no different. Don't let them play you with these words. That's no different than any other form of coercion. Like a boss could tell you, hey, do this or I'm not going to give you a raise. That's coercion. That you can't do that literally anywhere.
Any individual who attempts to use force or coercion could be subject to criminal or civil liability, including child abuse, fetal homicide, domestic partner violence. They don't really give a definition there. Let me just make sure I'm on the same page.
If you scroll down.
There's not really... Oh, yeah. Scroll down, Nick. We'll just read the Women who first learn to or suspect they are pregnant may feel pressure to an abortion, including from the parent, the baby's father, school counsel, blah, blah. This is illegal. So it's illegal to feel pressured or to be pressured to have an abortion.
So basically,
but this is just a website. I don't know if there's actually a law making it illegal to pressure somebody. Like, let's say you were dating a guy and like...
That's because there's not a law. There's no law. There's no pressure law. Okay? Because pressure is hearsay. That nobody can prove you were pressured. Like the defense is ridiculous. Nobody can just go in and say, hey, he pressured me. No, that's not right. You can't do that. You need some type of proof that you're in a power disparity. For instance, if my boss, and that power disparity is already proven because it's a boss. There's no power disparity just by being somebody's baby daddy. That's not a power disparity. She would have to prove that you brought something up or you did something or you're threatening her in some shape or form. Just you saying, hey, baby, I don't want to have the baby. That's not coercion. You're not doing anything to damage her or her reputation.
Every time you hung out with him, he was like, I don't know if I want the kid. Can you maybe you're down to get an abortion? I don't know if that's... How could that ever be illegal?
We're going to skip ahead. We'll start closing up the stream here after a while.
Let's dive into
Wait, Andrew,
this,
can you center up?
To Daisy. I just wanted to dive into a couple of quick questions for you before I turn it back over to Brian. I was just wondering this. Can you actually prove in any way, shape, or form that this was Walter's child to begin with?
Prove it.
Yes, I can if I go to court.
If you go to court, how?
You can't prove it in any way at all?
I can prove it's his child. I can. First of all, he did not deny it's his baby, cause he know on the record.
Well,
I don't have any medical proof to prove that it's his child, but there is a law that during this time I was with him in his bedroom, sleeping under his roof. From the time when I met him, when I saw him.
Let's just go ahead and assume. I mean,
I have proof.
I don't know why we should. But why should we actually assume that this was his child? Or
just for the sake of the conversation.
Then why he didn't stand up and say it's not his child in the beginning? Why didn't he just do a DNA test?
Well, I mean, didn't you?
So why did he deny? Why didn't he deny everything? I asked many times.
Fellas, this is how you know she's lying. She should have known that you can't do no dang DNA test until the dang baby's here. Like, unless I'm wrong about something, DNA test, you gotta have the baby first. Where are they gonna get the DNA from? I mean, somebody let me know. Can y'all do DNA tests before the baby's born? Cause I don't know. I'm literally trying to figure out. I don't know. Maybe it's some new technology. They can do the DNA test before. Cause she barely had, if she was pregnant, then it would have been barely anything to pull some DNA from. You got to at least give it a couple months. At least, that's what I would assume. Give me some ultrasound, something. Like she got rid of the baby before they could actually even do anything. Like this is why don't nobody believe her. This is why she's a cold, lying, calculated, terrible person. Because if she truly felt like she was pregnant, at least get a baby bump, at least get something. Cause she had him. If she was certain that one, she was pregnant, and two, it was his, she had him dead to rights. Like you can't be that stupid to not, if let's just say you're gonna use the kid as leverage, which is what women tend to want to do. They want to use the kid as leverage. You can't be so stupid to get rid of the damn kid. When you get rid of the kid, you got rid of the proof. Like if somebody, let's just say somebody took advantage of me and they made, they forcefully encountered upon me. I'm not going to go take a shower. I want the proof. Does that make sense? You see what I mean? Like if I'm a woman and a guy did, he forcefully encountered upon me, you know what I'm saying? And I got he's inside of me. Let me go down, get that DNA, because I'm not going to take a shower, because if I'm going to take a shower, I'm going to wash away the proof. I got him now. I got you dead to rights. I got you. You. Maybe I'm crazy. He said, I think you can. NGE is prenatal something. I'm going to look it up, man. She's definitely good and terrible. When those looks fade, she's going to be one of them mentally damaged women for real. Man, she's already mentally damaged. Look at her. If she get any more mentally damaged, man, she going to definitely need a dang helmet walking around. She should be walking around with a helmet right now. I don't understand why they allow this woman to get on camera, be exactly how she is. I don't believe she's acting. I think this is exactly who she is. We should have a law that women this dumb should be walking around with helmets. And so should Fresh. Fresh need a helmet too.
Before DNA test could be done.
I asked him many times, do a DNA test. Because he knows it's his
do you know
child.
how far along before you can do a DNA test?
I don't know, 6-8 weeks.
I thought
8 weeks?
I thought it was really far along in the pregnancy.
Yeah, it's way further along than 8 weeks. You've aborted the child. How could we ever make the determination it was Walter's to begin with?
Facts.
Well, that's what judge decide, right?
Oh.
After all these receipt, I have proof.
If that was the only guy she was sleeping with, then who else's would it be?
No, it doesn't
matter.
Well,
he's trying to say that I don't have proof. I don't have to prove right now.
Why should we assume that either? Why should we actually make any assumptions absent proof or evidence? Why should we assume that?
Cooker.
I mean,
ain't got an
she was dating him, like she.
Doon, 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 doon. Look at her face. I know y'all see that face. That's the face of defeat. Fellas, that is the face of defeat. That is the face of defeat. And I really want to believe her. I'm telling you, I'm not on her to just hate on her. I really want to believe her. I really do. I really want to believe that she was pregnant and it was Walter's. Why? Because it's fun. That's why, damn it, it's fun. That would have been content. And y'all know it. We would have been laughing. I'd have put in them jokes. Yes. I'd have made a good video about that. We'd have clowned Walter's ass. Baby Abba, oh my God. We would have clowned him. It'd have been so easy. Y'all know y'all wanted to see that content. I wanted to make that content. I had some stuff ready to go. And then you messed it up, Daisy. You know, because I wanted to believe that she was pregnant. Because if she was, that's game over. That's game, set, and match. He's got to claim that. He's got to own that. He's got to. But why I believe that she was never pregnant is the same reason everybody else doesn't believe that she was never pregnant. And that's because she ain't got no receipts. She ain't got no proof. Show me the ultrasound, baby. Show me some ultrasound. Show me more than just these little pregnancy tests that you're doing. That could have been anybody. That could have been anybody. That ain't proof. That's not real. That ain't nothing. Talking about, I'm going to leave it up to the judge. Like the judge is some magic magician that's going to hocus pocus you some results. That's not how that works. You, if you were pregnant, got rid of all the damn evidence. All the evidence is gone with that abortion. Why are you even on her? That's the problem. That's the real thing that we should be asking these women is why they even decided to bring their ass on her. When you got the abortion, your story was over. You got rid of, your story is done, sweetheart. When the baby's gone, we don't even want to talk to you no more. That was why you was relevant. Like, that's why, in my line, that's why she was relevant. Because we thought that she was pregnant. Now that she ain't pregnant, who are you other than some scorned bimbo that got Hail Married? You should be mad that he didn't give you no damn McDonald's. Everybody else got McDonald's. Where your McDonald's at? You better go ask for a double cheeseburger with mac sauce, no onions and extra pickles. You better ask for something with a large fry and a Diet Coke or something. Give me some chicken McNuggets, the spicy nuggets, with some sweet and sour sauce. Everybody else got McDonald's during the Hail Mary and you didn't, and that's why your face is like this. Her face is like that because she didn't get no McDonald's. She mad. She like, Walter, I want my McDonald's. You take me to McDonald's right now. Crazy ass.
She moved out there for him. Who else was she going to be sleeping with?
Well, I mean, the thing is that absent proof or evidence, why should we just assume that this was
Then
Walter's
why he
child?
didn't prove that it's not his baby?
Well, the burden of proof would be on you, not on me.
Ask him, why didn't...
Ben Sotero said, Baby Abba would have been a D-list celebrity coming out the womb. That's crazy. Big Zilla, the City Thriller, says, this tells me she came in with a scam and it didn't work out for her in the end. So she pulled a con early. And that's exactly what the lawyer said. That's exactly what the lawyer said. The lawyer read her little playbook, play by play. He said that she was going to turn around and pull this same crap. At first, it's this, that. I need y'all to do this. And then she was going to come out, well, I got rid of the baby because of y'all. He literally said everything that she was going to do. She said, because of the pressure. You guys put me in pressure. The lawyer said this before it happened. And what is she on here saying right now? It was the pressure. What? Get out of her. You don't think, oh my, ain't nobody believing that? Nobody's believing that.
He stand up and say, it's not my child. Why didn't he deny on the phone? Why didn't he deny anything? Why did he keep quiet?
Okay, so it could, he's admitting it could have been. I'll admit it could have been.
That's why he
but
didn't
we don't
deny,
actually have
because
any
it could have
proof
been.
that it was.
You're saying that because I abort the kid. And I asked him many times.
So now there's no evidence, right? So how could we ever make the determination as to whose kid it was?
That's not my decision.
This
that's
is a
Judge's
spoliation
decision.
of
Judge
evidence.
would know
exactly
that
The
I
evidence
got
has been
pregnant during the time I stay in his house. Let's let Judge decide.
You know, if she was credible, let's just say she was credible, give us the record of your abortion with the dates and everything. I'm sure they give some like little record or something like that, a confirmation sheet, piece of paper or something. Give us whatever those doctors that performed your abortion or whatever gave to you. Or at least give us some type of visit, something. Because something tell me she didn't go through with no real abortion. She just swallowed a pill, or I don't know. Because I remember they had some type of abortion pill that you could swallow if you were still very early. Like that I don't know. I don't believe this abortion crap at all. I don't think she ever got one.
Wait, Andrew, did you have more questions? Otherwise, I can just
I do have one quick follow-up, and then I'll turn it right back over.
Perfect.
Last thing is, I just want to make sure when you got your pregnancy test, I just want to be clear. How far along were you when you got your pregnancy test?
All I know is when I saw him on March 9th, I just finished my period. I just finished my period on March 9th. And then when I left Miami, it was March 26th.
And did you have an actual ultrasound, or did you have just like a peed on it thing?
I had blood test both and the pregnancy test, blood test. Then I went ahead on April 5th. I got an ultrasound. I don't know. I'm not sure.
If you had to guess, how long was it for the ultrasound?
Just do the calculation from March 9th till
really gotta fix up the
April
setup.
1st. April 5th.
so-
That's the day I got 2 ultrasound.
So like 4 weeks roughly, or
Something
just
like
under
that.
5 weeks, or
Something like that. Yeah.
yeah, so 4 or 5 weeks. I'm just doing a little bit of basic research, and it looks to me, now I could be totally wrong on this, I just wanted to speak to it, that usually ultrasounds aren't done until the 6-week marker.
Yeah, so I did both time. First time ultrasound, there was like very, very little dot, and the doctor said it's not clear to see. And then on March 15th, I got another ultrasound.
Okay, so you got 2 of them done.
I don't remember 2 or 3. I have to look on my phone.
Okay. I just want to make sure I just want to make sure I was clear on it. That's all. I appreciate it.
So this is what we're gonna do. I have a few more questions. I want to try, if possible, to just get through all of them as quick as I can, and then I'll pass to Andrew if you have anything, and then we'll just move on to the regular show, because we have been, just to be considerate of the other panelists here, we've been talking about this most of the show for quite a long time. So, Noelle, going back to you, and you went public about that relationship.
Let's skip ahead.
Oh, the
like on
TikTok?
your TikTok,
Yeah,
and
I would prefer not to bring that up.
oh, you don't want to talk about that?
No, that was horrible.
Okay. You don't want to get into the details, just to be clear?
If you guys, it's public, like it's on my TikTok. Nobody's exposing me for anything, and that was a very real situation, and that's why I feel for her.
Okay.
So it was something.
Well, then I won't pull it up, but you said in this, you said that he abused your reproductive rights. You said he became manic, threatened me, and gave me no choice but to lose my precious baby. So what do you mean by, and when you say lose your precious baby, I'm assuming
he dragged me by the hair into his car and drove me 2 hours away somewhere I didn't know, and quite literally forced me to get one. So I'm not going to talk about that anymore.
Okay, well, if that's what happened, that's obviously not acceptable.
It was physical. It wasn't coercion.
Okay,
That
so
was
he
actually
forced
physical.
you. Okay.
I ended up in the hospital. So.
Was there any component of telling when you did get to the hospital, being like, hey, I'm being fucking abused by
He threatened me. If I were to say anything, it was either my life or.
Okay.
So.
Well, I do not co-sign on that.
Wall of lies. Wall of lies, fellas. The wall of lies.
Let's see here. I think we'll pull up the video. It's not deceptively edited though, is it?
No, it's not edited.
It's not? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just to be fair, since you requested, I'm not gonna just, be like, here's all, you're not gonna be allowed to share anything, not share any proof or anything. Just to be fair, Nick, I'm gonna send this in the private chat.
No. I was just kidding.
Wait, what?
You two are fucking horrific, and these allegations are insane. We picked them apart in 15 seconds, and these other women have been waiting patiently for us to get to them, and both of you need to get up where you're at and get the fuck out of here.
What the?
You make me sick.
Wait,
both
hey,
of you
Andrew.
make me sick. I don't want to hear shit, Brian. I want him
Andrew.
out. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with your bullshit false allegations. You both fucking suck. Your stories are bullshit. And by the way,
I thought you could calm down.
What happened here?
Now you're taking your mask off.
This guy humped you and he dumped you and you want revenge.
Mask off now. You're finally showing your true color because you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, shut up. Shut up.
Thanks for showing us who you are. We're not getting off. We're not leaving. We are not leaving. We're the guests here. We are not leaving.
Oh, you demand to stay? Well, then stay in silence while we get to the rest of the girl.
We're not staying silent. Because we're the guests here. That's the main reason why we're here. Why should we
And
be
now
silent?
you're unguested. I'm pulling rank.
Who are
Get the
you?
fuck out. Get out.
Who the hell are you to tell me that?
I'm the guy on this end of the screen. Get up.
You have
Get
no
the
right
fuck
and
out.
power. No, because you're afraid to play this video.
No, we're not
You're
playing
not
any of your
Walter.
CCP
So shut the fuck
propaganda.
up.
You're here on a visa from the Chinese government.
You are
You
not
tried
the
to attract
father.
American
You're not
citizens.
even
Bullshit.
father.
You need to get the
Are you
fuck
the
out of that
father?
studio.
No,
That's
I don't.
what you need to do.
I'm not going to.
Just let him yell. Let him.
See? This is the type of guy that's teaching you guys for being an irresponsible man.
Can I see this video?
He's showing us that's who he is right now. Exactly the same as Walter Weeks.
You mean awesome in every way? I'm sorry that you went down.
You yelled
and
at
Walter
us
humped
first.
you and you couldn't entrap him in your little fucking CCP scam. I'm terribly sorry that happened. That you went down on a student visa. Fuck this guy. He nutted in you a ton of times by your own admission. You let him, and then you tried to entrap him. You released the recording, and it didn't go over
and then I
exactly
should
how you
have
thought
kept
it
the
would
kid.
go over. Did it?
Then
How did
I
that
better
work
keep
out
the
for you?
kid.
It didn't work
Why
out
didn't
so
I keep
well
the
when you
kid?
tried to entrap this guy, did it, lady?
Why
Did
did I
it?
keep the
Because
kid?
people
I
went,
should
no,
have
we don't
kept the
fucking
kid.
believe you, broad. We don't believe
You don't have to believe me. Judge
and we
will.
don't. Nobody
You don't
does,
have to,
you're
because
a
you're
sack of
nobody.
human dog shit.
You are shit. You are disgusting. I didn't like you from the first time I saw you. Because you hate women.
Out of here.
You hate women. You understand?
Wait, guys.
You have no respect for women. That's why you're here arguing right now.
You respect
As soon as I brought up the video, you told me to leave.
You murdered your child.
He
You murdered your
doesn't.
child.
Andrew.
It's Mother's Day. How do you like that? You murdered your kid. Happy Mother's Day, murderer. And the woman next to you.
Chat. Clip that. We got to spread that. Happy Mother's Day, murderer. We have to spread that. That is the quote of 2024 and beyond. Happy Mother's Day, murderer. How many can relate to what he just said right now? How many can relate to what Andrew just said right now when you're talking about the modern Western woman? These Western modern women that will fight over everything when it comes to their right to kill some babies. Let me hit y'all up with something. I'm gonna hit y'all with a little bit of knowledge. I want y'all to go look up this statistic. The majority of babies that were aborted from these women were female, not male. They are aborting little girls. That's what they're doing. They're aborting little girls. There's a lot of little girls around her that would be alive if it wasn't for their mama. Worst women in human history. You want to know why they abort the little girls? Because they know when they grow up, they're going to be something like that. Or there's a high chance they're going to be something like that. Boys, damn near can grow up to replace the man that these women could never get. That's why we have all these boyfriend-mother relationships. Because they try to train their sons to be just like the man they could never get. But they know that ain't gonna fly with the little girl because the little girl's gonna run off and go do her own individualistic mindset thing. She gonna turn around and be probably a worse version of the Jezebel that her mama is. Ask these women why they are aborting little girls. Florida was the only state that came out about its abortion statistics when women were trying to lie and say that they were not using abortion as birth control. That's what they're saying. They said that that's not why women use it. We're using it because, we were victims and men were forcefully encountering upon us. And what if they're children? They bring up all the extreme cases. But tell me this, statistically, birth control went up when they started voting out the Roe v. Wade laws. When they started voting out the Roe v. Wade laws, the birth control went up. Happy Mother's Day to all the murderers out there that could be watching this damn stream right now. Happy Mother's Day to all the murderers out there just like this woman. Because you probably was going to have a little girl, statistically, and you said, hell no. You noped up out of that, didn't you? Fellas, go to the big screen. Fellas, I like to appreciate, hold on, before we do this, I want y'all to look at everybody's reactions real quick. Look at the reactions. Look at the face on everybody when he said that. Look at the women back there. They smiling. They like, oh, got him. Jaw drop reactions. Got him. The only one that ain't looking like that is the girl in the purple. And of course, her best friend. Everybody else, all the other Asian women and the one Latina girl right there, including Brian, is looking at it like you finally said what we was all thinking. Even those women knew that this chick is unbelievable and out of line. That is an out of line. She need to change her name from Daisy Chen to out of line because her ass is out of line for trying to get online and convince all of us that she was pregnant. For trying to get online and share or shift the blame to Walter Weeks. For trying to get online and pretend to be a damn victim. Nobody's believing the victim narrative, sweetheart. Nobody's believing the victim narrative. It's hard to even believe this. You saw how hard those other Asian women, if you watched the full interview, you saw how hard those Asian women were trying to play behind her wall of lies, and they couldn't even do it. They couldn't even do it. It was that bad. It was that bad. So what can we learn from this? Before I close the stream, all I can tell you, fellas, is what I've been saying numerous times before. Until we get a politician that's willing to talk to us and not to the masses about the inflation, the poorest border, and all that other stuff, but to the men of this country, of Western society, until anybody gets a politician that's willing to run to restore the natural order of the nuclear family so that our nation can have possible stability. Until we get that, that's the answer. That's the answer. Because it ain't got to be a Daisy Chen for you to find yourself in this situation as a young man in America. It could be it could be the quiet girl, bro. It could be the quiet girl. It could be the quiet girl that you thought wasn't like that. My brother got a college-educated black woman who went to school, a nice school, TU, had both parents, raised in a Christian household, both parents. She pulled all kind of stuff. Turned around and tried to say that my brother raped her. You see what I'm saying? All because she got pregnant. But she was perfectly fine laying up with him all dang day. Nobody believed her, thank God. But that's what they're willing to do. That's what they're willing to do. It don't matter if they college educated. My camera's going out. But I'm going to just say this, fellas. It don't matter if they college educated. It don't matter what it is. Sorry about the janky stream, by the way, but it don't matter if they college educated. It don't matter if they come from a two-parent household. If you're dealing with the Western modern woman, always, always, always stay on your P's and Q's. Let me see if I can fix this while I'm talking. Sorry about that, fellas. Definitely have to work out all the little kinks and everything. But always stay on your P's and Q's when you're dealing with the Western modern woman, fellas. Always stay on your P's and Q's because as we're seeing in real time, this is not an act. They're not fronting this. They're not acting. These women are serious about what they're saying when they say it. Like, this is what you're dealing with. These Daisy Chens and whatever her name is over here. That's what you're dealing with. This is what we are dealing with. And those are the type of guys that they date before they meet you. Those are the Walter Weeks, the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the Chaz, the Tyrone, whatever. Those are the type of guys that they date before they meet you. They bring all that trauma to your relationship. This is why we don't date older women, because we know that y'all don't learn y'all lesson. Y'all get older and y'all get worse. And we noping up out of here with a passport, fellas. If you got a girl right now, you got your wife and everything, you know, congratulations, but be careful. I mean, I hate to say it, but women tell 3 lies. I love you, I'm sorry, and I promise. And you won't know that they lies until you on the other side. And I hate to, and it rhymes because I'm dropping dimes. That's why it rhymes. You won't know what it really is until she don't like you no more. Like I'm just, it happened to me, bro. I mean, I've had relationships where, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. I'll never leave you. You can't get rid of me, yada, yada. And then they come up with a reason once whatever it is and be having you head scratching. Oh, I didn't like what you said 3 months ago. 3 months ago? What did I say 3 months ago? You see what I'm saying? Like, women can justify anything. It's basically the takeaway. They can justify anything, any action, anything that they gonna do. They can justify anything. Unc spitting. What's up, Wizza? Rosetta. I'm gonna go through the chat real quick and then we're gonna get up out of here, man. That's the bombs you just dropped. Let's see. Just join the sisterhood. Like chasing butterflies. Exactly. Man, I want to give thanks to everybody that supported, donated to the stream. Once again, I strongly appreciate it. I love my base. I know we still small. We still growing. 1 year under our belt. All right. Stay tuned. I'm probably going to stream again. Probably again. Once I'm going to try to hook up the stream to where it ain't as janky. So give me some time to where I'm not dealing with all the jank. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to waste you guys' time when y'all join the stream. Try to make the stream a little bit more fun. So I'm going to do my little research on that. But definitely stay tuned for more content. Definitely all the time. We're going to have some more content coming through, man. I appreciate everybody. If y'all want to shout yourself out in the chat, I do appreciate everybody that donated. Once again, I appreciate everybody. I hope y'all had a great Mother's Day. Hopefully you're not dealing with a murderer right now. He said, I knew Andrew was going to lose it with the Becky. Yeah, with that 8 heads started speaking. Yeah, for real. I knew it too. You know, we watched this last night. I said, I got to get on the stream with the guys, man. But yeah, man, I might hit up another janky stream. Maybe tomorrow, no promises, because I'm going to try to work out some of the kinks. So I want to make sure that I'm getting on here and it ain't all janky and it can be a little bit more fun, a little bit more interactive. So, man. But yeah, man, this is what it is. The first stream. I appreciate all you guys for your love, loyalty, and support. And before you leave, if you enjoyed the stream, hit the damn like button. Don't forget to like the damn stream. Be sure to follow me on my TikTok at NGE never good enough, all one word. And follow me on Instagram at NGE _never good enough. And remember, become the change you want to see. It's your boy, NGE. Peace.